blocks. Toronto's going to skate it out. William Nylander, the birthday boy, gets tripped on a breakaway. Into the empty net. They score! Maple Leafs!
You're watching Samwelb12.
All right. Ground ball. Vladdy. Over. They do it. The Blue Jays have won the division. The Blue Jays have won the division. Pop them if you got them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching Samwelb12 Experience.
Hey, what's up, hockey fans, Leaf fans? Here we go. What's going on? Welcome in. My name is Sam. This is the Samwelb12 Experience, and we are here to go. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, just to let you know, there is a little bit of an issue with the chat right now. There's a big release going out, and on YouTube, it's mixed up some of the chats. So I may not be able to see your messages. Sometimes you'll notice we've tried to do it with little squiggly little characters in there, trying to put anything but emojis and numbers will work. So try your best. If we don't get you, we'll figure it out. Hopefully YouTube will get it fixed and is working soon. But welcome in to everybody. What's up, James? How's it going? Good to see you. Beverly, I can see you. Jonathan, what's up? Hey, Kevin, Mega, I can see you. Karen and Ken, what's going on? Billy, hello there. Lala in the house. Welcome in. Can see you all. Newfoundland, what's up? And I know there's a lot of you else out there. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? I know there's a bunch of you putting messages in. So again, if they don't pop up, try to copy and paste. You'll see Jonathan is putting little characters in there. We've seen Spanish pop up. We're seeing all kinds of weird things in the chat. So it is a little bit of an issue. It is being worked on by the tubes. So if you don't get it and you see somebody else is working, try to copy and paste those little logos. I've also put a pinned message up there where I've tried to put a little smiley face in. That seemed to work. So hopefully we'll be able to see you. Hey, Kelly, what's going on? Putting the stars in, that works. I can see you. So maybe putting those 2 stars after your message will work. But Kelly, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. It's been nice. It's nice to get back to regular games at 7 and 7:30. It's nice to get our Toronto Maple Leafs back in it as we were about to go on a run. The Maple Leafs need 10 points to get to a playoff spot. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things as we get set for this game. But let's not waste a moment. Let's go right into the projected lineups tonight. Now, this is from earlier today, so it may have changed. Hey, Reed, what's going on? Welcome in. So it looks like the Leafs are going with the top line of Bobby McMann. Austin Matthews is a go. He is going to play. And Max Domi. We got Michelli with John Tavares and Willie Nylander. Tavares is a go. He missed practice yesterday with a flu-like bug, but he said he's good to go. Matty Nyes drops down to the third line with Nick Waugh and Nick Robertson. This says Steven Lorentz with Lawton and Joshua, but I've heard Joshua is actually not going to play. So we'll have to see who's in for Joshua, or maybe things have changed. On the D side, McCabe and Carlo, they're going to be together. Ekman, Larson, and Stetcher, Benoit, and Riley. And it looks like Anthony Stolarz is going to get the start tonight. So Stolarz going to get it, and hopefully he'll be able to play well. Go Stolarz, go. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, Jake Gunsel, he's going to be in here coming after his gold medal win. Ex-teammates, U.S. teammates Gunsel and Matthews playing against each other tonight. Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov going to be with Gunsel. Brendan Hagel with Dominic James and Gage Gonclaves. We got Gergensons with Yanni Gordon, Pontus Holmberg, and yikes, Pontus Holmberg, man, I forgot he's here. And then it looks like we got some pairings. Moser and Radish, McDonough and Chernick, Charlie Edward Daustos with Lilleberg. And by the way, that fourth line, there's only 2 listed right now. Looks like Bjorkstrand and Sabrin. So we're going to see how these lines are going to pair up and how they are going to get them going. So that's who's in tonight. A few scratches. We'll see. I'm sure there's changes coming. Okay, now let's talk about what is coming up and where we are. As I said, the Leafs 10 points out of a wild card spot. Currently, Boston and Buffalo hanging on to those last 2 spots. Buffalo at 70 points, Boston at 69, Toronto down at 63, Ottawa's at 63, Washington and Columbus are at 65. 5. So we need Boston and Buffalo to start losing some games here, and Toronto needs to pick up points so they can move on up. Now, winning games is important. The other thing, let's not lose sight of coming up, not this Friday, but a week Friday. So we're like a week and a half away from trade deadline. I can't believe we're almost at trade deadline day. I mean, it's just like a week and a half away. So will the Leafs be buyers or sellers? What moves are they going to make to try and improve this squad? So we're going to see how they can continue to climb up. Now, in other news, we all know what happened to Sidney Crosby. We all saw what happened in the quarterfinal game. Very unfortunate news. Sidney Crosby has announced now he's out for a minimum of 4 weeks. So you know that injury he had was pretty significant and a good decision to pull himself out. 4 weeks minimum Sidney Crosby is going to remove. So what changes will the Penguins make? How is that going to impact what they are going to have to do? Hey there, Dallas. Welcome in. I can't see Dallas's messages, but I see other people saying, hey, Dallas. So, hey, Dallas. Oh, there we go. Now I see Dallas's message. What's up, Dallas? Welcome in. And it looks like putting those 2 stars after the message seems to work. Hey, Bucks, what's going on, buddy? I hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. So that is kind of what's going on here in Leafland right now. They need some points. They need to win. Tampa Bay, top spot in the Atlantic Division, 78 points. My goodness. Montreal in second, tied with Detroit, 72 points. Maple Leafs have a very, very difficult schedule to go right now. Hey, Dwayne, what's going on? Welcome in. Going for the Islanders. Let's go, Islanders. Boy, they're cooking. They're cooking. Now, the question is, will anybody have cooled down after this Olympic break? Will they be able to get up and get hot? Mike says, trade Austin Matthews for Macklin Celebrini. Wouldn't that be nice, Mike? How good is Celebrini? Second in scoring in the Olympics. He was lights out amazing. Hey there, Joshua. How's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you as well. All right, we will be keeping an eye on the scoreboard tonight. There are a few games going on along tonight. We got the Sabres and the Devils. That's an important one. We'll see who comes out on top there. Flyers and Capitals. That is an important one. Kraken and Stars, Avs and Mammoth, Jets and Canucks, Golden Knights, Kings, Oilers, Ducks are all the games tonight. Of course, Toronto and Tampa Bay, which we have for you here. Now, this is the first of 2 nights. Toronto plays the Florida Panthers tomorrow night, so we'll be live for that one as well. And hey, maybe YouTube will have gotten their chat sorted out and got that all fixed up for tomorrow. So as you're coming in, make sure you are tapping that like button. If there still is a like button, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe so you don't miss a thing. But thank you so much for being here tonight as the Leafs gonna get this party started. 7:30 is expected start time, so we're a few minutes away, and of course then they'll get into all the ceremonies if they do any. I'll be curious to see. All right, how do these two teams stack up against each other? Well, it's hard to compare the last 5 games because the last 5 games were so long ago, but Nikita Kucherov, this makes me nauseous, 13 points in his last 5 NHL games. Matthews, 6 points in his last 5 games. Bobby McMahon, 3 goals in his last 5. Darren Radish, the hot is anything defender for the Lightning, 4 goals in his last 5. Now, 10 of Kucherov's 13 were assists, and 5 of Matthews' 6 were assists as well. Anthony Stolarz has not had the best comeback since injury. He sits a 7-7-1 with a 3.55 goals against and an 8.82 save percentage. We hope he can make that turn and get a little better. Trade Nylander for Quinn Hughes. I don't think Quinn Hughes is going anywhere, Mike. I think he's locked up. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Nylander is going anywhere either. I think he is here to stay. All right. What up, Vito? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everybody. Again, thank you so much for being here tonight. Andre Vasilevsky, boy, what a season he's having. 27, 7-3, a 2.11 goals against, a 9.20 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. Now, before we went on break, power play was a big problem for Toronto. They're sitting 22nd in the league. There was a point they were sitting like 30th. So they moved up to 22nd, 18.8%. Tampa Bay is 12th on the power play at 22.4%. Penalty kill, Tampa and Toronto are neck and neck. 87.3% for Toronto, has them 5th overall in the National Hockey League. The Lightning, 83.9%, are 4th overall in the league. So you're talking 0.2% separating Toronto and Tampa Bay from that stat. In the faceoffs, this is where Toronto dominates. They are 1st in the National Hockey League again. They've been in the top 3 the last couple of seasons, but they are sitting there at a 56.2% win rate, which is absolutely amazing. Elviva, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for joining us here today. The Lightning, they're at the other end of the spectrum, 29th overall in the league in faceoffs, 47% win rate. But we know winning faceoffs does not correlate to winning hockey games. Hey, Mr. Sandman, how's it going? I'm in Italy dying for a Leafs game. Well, Mr. Sandman, we have you covered for everything you will need to know for this Leaf game. It is, what time is it? 7:26. We are just moments away waiting for this one to get going. The Leafs need to step up big time. The Leafs, I don't even know if I want to give this stat out because it was so long ago since they have played last. In the last 10 games, the Maple Leafs were 4-5-1, but they were on a 3-game win streak coming off of Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. The Lightning were 8-1-1 in their last 10. They had a 5-game win streak going with wins over Florida, Buffalo, Boston, Winnipeg, and Utah. They had a loss over loss from Columbus, but then also beat up on Chicago, San Jose, and Dallas. So the Lightning is just beating everybody. So they're going to have to turn it up. Hey, George, how's it going? Leafs can't afford to lose. No, they cannot. Donald, what's up? Welcome in. Good to see you both. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sandman. Thanks for hitting that follow. We appreciate it so very, very much. I'll tell you, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for how this one is going to get going. Very, very, very nervous because the Leafs can't afford to lose. And they come in here playing with the top team, one of the top teams in the National Hockey League in the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay is going to be a tough one. And of course, tomorrow doesn't get any easier as they take on the Florida Panthers. And the Panthers starting to get a bunch of their injured players back. So they're going to start getting hot and picking things up. And then going into the weekend, the Ottawa Senators, man, that will be an opportunity for Toronto to try and get some points. And even though Ottawa has not been the best team in the world, they are a physically dominant team. They bang and they crash, and Ottawa's tied with us in points right now. So they're battling hard for a wild card spot. So no days off for Toronto. They have to go all out, and they cannot afford to lose silly games, especially in our own conference, our own division. We cannot be given points away. Can win tomorrow. Let us win today. Bucks, you guys don't need any more wins. You don't need them. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Welcome in. Tampa Bay is crushing it right now. 37 wins in 55 games for Tampa Bay right now. It's crazy. Carolina has 36 wins in 57. Has anyone else come close? Colorado has 37 wins in 55 games. So they're on about the same pace as Tampa Bay. Tampa and Colorado absolutely killing it right now. And nobody else comes close. So Colorado and Tampa Bay, the two best teams in the National Hockey League, and that makes it awfully hard. Carolina, Minnesota, 3-4, Dallas, 5, Montreal, 6. So those are your top 6 teams in the National Hockey League. And Toronto, they're going to be in tough. But they'll be able to pull it out. They'll be able to dig deep. It's going to be interesting to see how they can play this one through. CeeLo, I see you. What's going on, buddy? Chat is back to normal. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness chat is finally back to normal. Wow. Hopefully they've got it sorted out. Man, that was really weird. Gotta love the technological glitches that come up unexpectedly. But welcome in, everybody. And again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Jared, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, man. Jacob, what's up? I see you want the Leafs to win tonight. What is your prediction of tonight's game? Prediction is 6-0 Leafs. That's a big one, Hawk. That's a big one. I don't think it's going to be 6-0 Leafs. I'm hoping Leafs pull it out, but I think this is going to be a really close game. I think we're talking like 3-2, 2-1. It's going to be a very tight, low-scoring game. We need Stolars to be at his absolute best. There's no room for Stolars to have an oopsie daisy and let some bad goals in. You know Vasilevsky is going to be an absolute monster, and so they're going to have to find a way to get the puck past him. All right, 7:31 Eastern time. We are minutes away for puck drop. We'll wait for them to go to the ice level before we're able to join them. And come on, Leafs, please, please get us there. Don't be shocked if it's a blowout. Bucks, I hope it's not. I hope it's not. Let's see. We go 4-1, 12-6 Tampa, 4-2 Tampa. A lot of people think Tampa's going to be there. Beverly, I wonder if that is part of the issue. So I wonder if there's other issues, API issues going on. I'll see if I can give it a little kickstart, a little reboot, and see if that helps as well. But I think there could be other issues than just that chat issue they had going on. So we'll see if that does. Usually when they roll out a feature, they kind of disable a lot of features. So we'll see. Hey there, Andrew. How's it going? Doing great today. Doing absolutely great. Cannot wait for this one to get going. I've been watching baseball afternoons. If for those of you that are baseball fans, spring training is underway. Hey, Skittles. Thank you so much. Yeah, Joshua, I saw. Hey, Thomas. Been watching the Blue Jays. They've been playing almost every day over lunchtime, so I've been enjoying some spring training baseball. Of course, we had Blue Jays last weekend. We'll have more Blue Jays this weekend. We do have a poll up in our community section. We have a poll up because the Blue Jays play a split squad game this Saturday. Half the squad versus Phillies, half the squad versus the Yankees. So make sure you go over to our community section, find the poll, and put in your vote for which game you want us to cover. We will be bringing you the scores of both games to follow along, but we can only cover one as the primary game. Hey, Bush, what's going on? Welcome in. All right, they're at their last commercial break, and then this game is going to be going on. We're ready to drop the puck, and we want to see a good game. Now, if there's any silver lining, maybe Matthews might be a little tired from gallivanting around town, but so is Jake Gensel. Both teams with some Olympic players, and we'll see if the Olympic hangover is real or if they're going to be able to put it behind them and jump right back in here. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Welcome in, back to normal. Let's see if Matthews can get up and get going, right? Hey, Sabrina, welcome in. I assume you're going to put Go Leafs Go. Don't be surprised if you see some fights today. Yeah, finally they can get back to fighting. A lot of these guys had to keep their tempers in check. Hey, Jeff, because no fighting in the Olympics. So we'll see what they're able to do here. Hey, Chris, welcome in. Very nice, Chris. Very nice. Good job. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey there, Rick. Welcome in, Rick. Oh, man. Is anybody else nervous? I don't know why, but I'm so nervous going into this one. Pete, what's going on? Predict a 7-2 sloshing. My goodness. Hey there, Roger. What's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Unless you're Tom Wilson. Yeah, Tom Wilson is the only one that got his fights out. Although you can't really call that a fight. I mean, there wasn't really much fighting going on. Chris, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It's been a tough week. It's been a tough week, but hey, we're halfway there, right? We're halfway there. Hey, Matt, what's going on? I'm just gonna want to argue, even though Matt, that's awesome. But welcome in. Hope everybody's having a great week. Hat is still backwards. That's right. That way I can see, right? If I put it forwards, it makes it hard. It makes it tough for me to see. But we can put it forwards. We can put it forwards. That's okay. We can turn it around if need be. Just makes it hard to see. It's working out. Okay, awesome, Beverly. Thank you for that. Okay, they're bringing us in. Hey, Vic, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's do this, right? Sam, both fan bases be friendly. Absolutely. Friendly as friendly can be. It's all friendly in love and war. Oh, boy. 25 games left for the Maple Leafs. 15 of them on the road. 18 versus the East and 10 versus the Atlantic. They need some big wins right now. Leafs need some big wins. They need to find a way. They haven't turned the lights on yet in the arena, but it looks like they're getting close. We're getting real close to dropping this puck. Not yet, Skittle. Not that I can, or Matt, not that I can hear, and I hope they don't. I mean, there's no need for that, right? No need for that. I like no fights too. Boy, it was interesting. It was interesting, the banging and crashing, and a couple of times it looked like we were going to get some more fisticuffs, but it didn't actually come. Tom Wilson, the only one that dropped the gloves in the Olympics. All right, they have them lined up. Looks like are we getting a ceremony? Are we getting something going on? So, they're just going to, what are they doing? Just going to get the anthems? They're just going to do a little national anthem. Okay. Oh, so they're doing a presentation. All right. Color guard presentation. Of course. Just listening to trying to figure out what they are doing here. See Matthew and Cooch gonna fight. That would be amazing. Could you imagine? That's right. Let's be positive. Let's be positive. All right, so they're gonna do they're gonna get the anthems out of the way, and then it'll be game time. So we got just a few more minutes while they go through the anthems. All right, chat is semi-disappearing now, and then if you don't use. All right, so yeah, the chat is a little wonky over on YouTube. The chat is a little weird. Some are showing, some are not showing. Their YouTube is having an issue, but hopefully most of it is getting sorted out, and we can see your chats. So we'll see. I can't see Skittles. Oh, Bevan, Skittles was over on the other platform. Hey, Storm, how's it going? Welcome in. That's right, we got people on different platforms. Hey, Dan, what's going on? Welcome in. We missed you too. We missed all of you. We had some good, well, I can't even say nights, some good mornings, some good afternoons during Olympic hockey. The Olympic hockey was a lot of fun, and we just had a good time, right? Yeah, congrats to Team USA. It was a hard-fought battle. It could have gone either way, but that's the way it goes. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it so very, very much. YouTube is installing some auto translation, and it's bugged. So of course there's a rollout going on for some chat translation. It has a bug, which is why it's causing some issues. Yeah, Bruce, I agree with you there. Huge fire in the Everglades. Oh no, hopefully they get that under control. Don't like to hear the Everglades on fire. Yeah, Storm, me as well. I'm right there with you. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. Again, we're just waiting for the anthems to be finished and them to turn on the lights. They're certainly drawing this out, but just turn on the lights. We want to play some hockey. Hockey is back. It's so funny, and it's hard to believe, again, with a week and a half until trade deadline day coming up. It's going to be interesting to see who is on the move and what Toronto is going to do. The big rumor, obviously, is Bobby McMahon. Apparently, the Oilers are very interested in Bobby McMahon. Will that get done? So it'll be interesting to see what kind of trades do get done. And Sonia Bryson Kirksky with the sparkly blue lips is back to sing the anthem for the United States here in Tampa Bay. She's the very famous Tampa Bay anthem singer. She looks like she's lost a lot of weight, though. It's good for her, but got those blue sparkly lips. I wonder if the crowd knows how many. Ryan, you know what? I don't think so. So, but there's a lot, that's for sure. And I'm very curious to see, the players who like Brendan Hagel, who I cannot stand Brendan Hagel. He wasn't as whiny during the Olympics. Will he go back to being his whiny self here? So we will see how it's all going to play out. Hey, Caleb, how's it going? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Terry, what's going on? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Pittsburgh is your team, but Toronto is your second. There you go, Storm. Bad news about Sidney Crosby, Storm. Out for a minimum of 4 weeks. Ouch. Feel bad for Sid. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Thanks, Ellis. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. Holy, they're dragging out this anthem. Let's go. Let's pick it up. She's just about done. She's phenomenal. She is really, really good. Okay. Anthems are done. Almost. Final note. Done. All right. Turn on the lights. Let's drop this puck. Let's play some hockey. We need to see a big, hard-fought battle by these Maple Leafs. They need to turn it around. They need to drive hard. Lots of shots. Shots, shots, shots. Got to put the pucks to the net, right? That is what they need to do. Pucks to the net. Anthony Stolarz with the smelling salts. He's getting himself all woken up. He's getting himself ready to drive, ready to win. And this is going to be a huge game for Stolarz. And he's, of course, facing Vasilevsky at the other end. Hagel is like a gardener you love. And then we'll try chill your face. I can't stand Hagel so much. All right, you're going to see all the widgets start to pop up. Now, remember, a lot of these are in real time, and it is slightly ahead of the television broadcast because we can only call to the TV broadcast, and we'll explain everything that is going on. Here we go. Austin Matthews in to take the opening draw. Game on. We are officially underway. Leafs going to dump it into the Lightning zone. Tampa going to pick it up. They're going to move this puck, and I forgot in the Tampa arena how high the camera angle is. Stolarz out to stop it, going to play it around the boards, middle of the ice. Here comes Domi. Domi sending this one across to McMahon. He can't get it. Tampa coming right in. First shot, and that's going to sail high and over. Domi along the boards trying to get it out. He cannot. Matthews can't cut it off. Toronto, look out, giving it away. That's not a good start. Back across, going to pick it up. I think that was, I couldn't see who that was that gave it away. Bobby McMahon slowly rolling this down into the Tampa zone. Backhand pass to the slot. That is picked up by Tampa Bay. Radish clearing it ahead. Braden Point making his return to the ice. Point coming in. He had to miss the Olympics due to injury. Here's Point right now with a shot right on. Nice feed there by Kucherov. Nylander picking this one up. Willie, he's going to start to move it ahead. In Toronto, Ekman-Larsson going to dump this one in. Whew. They are moving. They are moving right now. Quick shot right on. Toronto battling for it. Down in the corner. Michelli with a chance. All right, all the widgets starting to get themselves populated here. We'll make a slight adjustment. There we go. Okay. Here's Michelli going to pass this one back. Going to get things set up. Dan, I believe he passed away is what I heard. So, yeah, big shout out to John Cooper, and I believe the loss of his father. This is going to be passed around. So, Cooper not behind the bench tonight for Tampa. Kept in by Nick Waugh. So, Waugh is in. This is going to come across. Tampa over the Leaf line, and that's going to be offside. So, almost full 2 minutes played. Back and forth action. Tampa Bay with the only registered shot on net here, and it was a nice feed from Kucherov to Braden Point. And a good butterfly save here by Anthony Stolarz. And that's something Stolarz is going to have to do quite quickly is build that confidence. Yeah, very, very sad situation. Let's go, Toronto. Got to beat the best goalie in the NHL. With a 5-game win streak against Tampa. Yeah, Ian, got to go, right? Got to go. Good to see you. Oh, what's up? Welcome in. Leafs are finally back. Majin, how's it going? Go, Leafs, go. Tampa going to win this draw. Going to go D to D and send this one in. Toronto knocks it down. Lawton is giving chase. He's trying to come in hard, and it's going to be Moser. Passes it around. This coming up to Gensel. Gensel playing it ahead. Tampa Bay just flipping it in and going to drive. That was Hagel sending it in. Little bump along the boards. Back over to Hagel. Hagel being worked by Lawton, getting the puck back to the point. Over to Hagel, bottom of the faceoff circle with a shot. And a glove save there by Stolarz. Very nice save. Hey, MG, what's going on? Go Leafs, go. This is the air. Kidding, Leafs stink. MG, yeah, they're suffering. They got to pick it up, right? They got to pick it up. Cooper is a Tampa coach and the Team Canada coach. That's right, Rick. That is right. I didn't even realize. I mean, we don't know much information. We don't know if his father was ill or if it was sudden. We just don't know. But we wish the best for the Cooper family. Obviously, in some tough situation. Coming around behind the net off the draw. Toronto going to play this up to the neutral zone. McMahon trying to get it ahead. McCabe has to come back and help cover. Comes to Ekman-Larsson. Over to McCabe. McCabe going to shelter behind the Leaf net. Now he comes out in front looking for someone to pass it up to. Hits Austin Matthews. Matthews bringing this one up. Matthews, he's going to curl away. Now curling back into the corner. Feeding it down, trying to get a return pass to Matthews. That doesn't work. In Tampa Bay, just going to flip this one up and all the way down the ice. Ekman-Larsson there for Toronto, setting it down. Max Domi trying to lift a stick, cannot. Matthews can't steal it. Tampa over to the far side of the ice in the Leaf zone. A little drop pass. Here's a shot, and that one is going to go wide, coming around to Radish at the point. Radish going to keep this one in. Quick passing here. Kucherov wants it back. Here's a shot. That one is blocked. Good block by Domi. Domi, though, can't get it out. Flipping it over to Kucherov. Nice move. He's going to go down low to the goal line, centering in the slot. Shot right on and a nice save there. Another pass across. Benoit steals it. Going to give it up to Michelli, and Michelli backs up in his own end. Toronto going to change it up. Michelli going to skate over by his own bench. Going to play it across to Nylander. Willie, he's going to bring it up over to Tavares. Tavares back to Nylander with a backhand. Right on, and a nice shot there by Willie Nylander. Kucherov is going to get this one out to Point. Point going to pass it over in Tampa Bay, hitting the Toronto blue line. They're just going to dump this one in. Let's go. Quick in front with a shot, and they score. Tampa Bay. Wow, what a feed. What a feed there. Nikita Kucherov is going to get the goal. Holy smokes. Had been dumping this one in around the boards, and it's picked up in a quick, instead of taking the shot, they pass to the side of the net, and Kuch just getting it. I think it actually goes off his blade, up and off the shaft and in. So Stolarz sees it. He comes across to make the save, but Kucherov was able to get it up and over the pad, and that's the 9th career 30-goal season for Kucherov, tied for most in Tampa Bay history. What a goal. And we got a challenge. We got a challenge potential offside. Usually these are pretty good. Bar down, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Let's see what the challenge is going to be. Can't really tell. If the guy with the headset could move his head, he's kind of blocking the blue line here. So these when the video replay guys typically spot these, it's pretty good. So we're getting a close-up look. Yes, this is offside. This is offside. No goal. Offside. So good job there, and it was pretty close. Kucherov was set up on the far side of the blue line. Hedman pulled back, and Kucherov just lifted and got a half an inch jump there. It's because of Drake. Dexter blaming it on Drake. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Holy smokes, right, Skittles? So there you go. Goal overturned. No score, 0-0. Just a little jump too early there by Kucherov. So Nick Robertson going to scrum to win this one back. Tampa won the draw. They play it into the Leaf zone. Leafs going to go around the boards, and I see already the Leaf breakout passes still the same as before the break. They suck. Got to work on these breakout passes. Robertson in the corner going to go off the boards. They're going to work this. Toronto on the near side, flipping it up. They're going to get it out and down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call against Toronto. Got to be a better breakout pass. Hey, Davey, what's going on? Jamal, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Again, thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you for whoever it was that hit that subscribe button over here, putting us up to 807. If you haven't hit that subscribe yet, go ahead and click that button for us. So face off in the Maple Leaf side, 15:39 to go, first period. Tampa going to win the draw. Radish playing this one over. Kucherov again, little head fake, lost the puck. Rolls closer to the slot. Back to the point, across. Radish fan on that one. In the corner behind the net, Robertson digging for it. Brendan Carlo fell on it. Tampa Bay coming away. Radish to Kucherov in the middle for the slot with the redirect. That one doesn't miss by much. Holy smokes. Conclave's in the corner. Toronto takes it away. Riley going to feed this one up. And Toronto going to dump this into the Tampa Bay zone. Robertson coming chasing in on Radish. Radish playing it around. The Lightning has it stolen away. Cross ice to Bobby McMahon. Bobby Mack feeding it down for Matthews. That one goes away. Morgan Riley is in the game. Yes, indeed. Oh, stolen. Bobby McMahon trying to bank it off of the goaltender Vasilevsky and just couldn't do it. But the Maple Leafs given a gift as Bobby McMahon steals the puck away, but he just ran out of real estate. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to put that one in. Vic, me too. Hey, Gumdrop, Sean, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good week so far. McMahon, 4 goals, 7 points in his last 7 games. Would like to see him keep that going. Domi off the draw, plays it to the point. McCabe just sending this one in. Puck is behind the net. Matthews digging for it, takes a bump, and it comes away to Chernik. Chernik gonna just flip this one up. McCabe tried to knock it out with his glove, missed it, and it goes in the corner. Gergenson's on it. Ekman Larson working him. Toronto going to try and take this one away. They do. McCabe going to send it up the middle, and it's a battle for it in the neutral zone. Still battling, and Toronto Matthews comes away with the puck. Matthews going to pass this one back. He's going to go change. Both teams making some changes. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Welcome in. Here's a long outlet pass to Scott Lawton. Lawton going to turn, playing it ahead. Pass was too far in Tampa Bay. Going to play down in the Leaf zone. Benoit goes on the boards. Hagel is going to bump him. Those two have a little bit of a history. Comes to the Leaf bench. Toronto trying to kick it out of their zone. They can't. Leafs going to play it back over to Benoit. Quickly to Ekman Larson. Going to bank it off the boards down the ice. A much better breakout there by Toronto. Tampa Bay going to try and throw it up. High stick knocked down. Now we get a whistle. I'm like, when are they going to call this one? So a high stick by Toronto knocks the puck down, and we're going to get a face-off just outside the Tampa Bay zone as they're going to go to commercial break. I was hoping Toronto was on the phone with Vancouver. Morgan Riley for Tyler Myers. I don't know if Tyler Myers would really fit in well here. Paul, thank you for the follow. Myers, I think, is a little step slow, but I would love nothing more to see breaking news. Morgan Riley waives his no trade clause. That would make me so happy. So happy. But I don't think it's going to happen. I honestly, I don't think it will. I would be shocked if Morgan Riley waives his no move clause. I mean, that would be the best thing to see, because I mean, we all know, we've been talking about it for years now. I don't think he's the player today that we all thought he would be at this point, which is unfortunate. Hey, Theo Sam Eagle, what's going on? Welcome in. Hope you're doing very, very well. Hope you are doing well. Hey, Matthew, what's up? 1-0 Tampa Bay. It was before that goal was overturned in a very, very close play, but the offside was an offside. Didn't realize that I missed NHL so much. It is so good. NHL is the best. Hard hitting, fast moving, just great. Hey, Terry, go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. My friend 3-year-old can play better than Morgan Riley. I don't know about that one. Listen, I know we give Morgan Riley a lot of flack, and I know he has not been great, but he needs to do what's best for this team and move along. Just move along, Morgan. Move along. We would appreciate you just getting out of our way, right? Just getting out of our way. All right, let's go. Coming back from commercial break. Everybody, time to step up, right? Time to step up. Maple Leafs spent some time at practice working on some skills. Tampa Bay working on their skills. Everybody working on those skills. Belated birthday to Jeff. Happy belated, Jeff. That's wonderful birthdays. Mine was 2 months ago. Well, happy belated. Let's go. Do you think Tampa Bay is going to win? I hope not. That's right, Matthew. Yes, big trade. Brett Kulak going to the Colorado Avalanche in exchange for Samuel Girard. And here comes Tampa Bay. Quick back pass going for the back door. Back in the slot again. Nice save. Stolarz looking behind him, looking for it. Cannot find it. Finally, it's going to come out. Michelli going to play it ahead. Here comes Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson bringing it up. Tries to feed it through. If you can't make the pass, just shoot it on net. Swing it to Ekman Larson. Shoot that. He does. He hits the goal post. Ekman Larson with a great chance. Hits the goal post. Oh, that was close. Very, very close play there. This coming back around. Here's a shot, and Stolarz getting a piece of that. Well, Bentley, happy birthday to you. Very happy birthday. Thank you, Kimberly. Here's Michelli feeding it across, and Toronto can't bury it. Chances at both ends of the ice. Oh, wow. Shots are still 3-2, but everybody is getting close and close and close. Just can't hit the twine. Here comes Toronto again. Matthew Nyes. Nyes driving this one in. Nyes setting it back to the point, having to settle it down. Stetcher falls. He's going to play this one across. Oh, boy. Hey there, Morgan. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Carlos, how's it going? This is going to come back. Look out. Maple Leafs trying to bring it around. Nick Robertson playing it back. Stolarz comes out to play it again. Robertson in the corner. Him and Benoit, a little miscommunication. Now Benny gets it, and he has it taken away. Good effort here by Gonclaves, battling hard down low. Toronto going to get it to the middle of the ice for Matty Nyes. Nyes going to sweep this one down. They're going to go change up. Just under 12 to go in period number 1. These guys are flying right now. Here comes Tampa Bay hitting that red line, going to dump it in. Carlo back for it. Carlo and Riley together again. Matthews comes back to help out. He's going to throw it up to Max Domi. Domi to Riley, and they're in offside. Bobby McMahon just coming in offside. Good speed, good work, good hustle. That's right. Go Leafs, go. They're doing the right things here. Just a little too much sloppy play in their own zone. But Ekman Larson, what a shot. Had him beat, just couldn't beat the post. Off the draw, Leafs going to play this one back. Domi to Riley, over to Carlo, dumping it in. Here comes Bobby McMahon. Forecheck coming, and bounce it over. Tampa in their own zone. Gord going to play this one up the boards. Good neutral zone play here by Tampa Bay. They are very organized. No wonder why they're such a solid team. They're not scrambling around at all. In the corner, trying to walk right out in front. Another good opportunity. Tampa Bay, and the Leafs going to clear this one out of their own zone. Back around. McDonough going to start to play it up. A little broken stick. Had to drop the stick, and he's going to go change up. Both teams going to change. Leafs going to come around. Here's a long flip pass, knocked down into the air, back in the neutral zone. Riley, take 2, dumps this one in. Vasilevsky stopped it there for a minute. Here comes the attack. Lorentz causes enough to force Tampa to move the puck. Stolen away by Lawton. Tries to center it for Lorentz. Got a piece. Couldn't firm up that pass, though. Tampa Bay going to try again. Going to work this one out. Your team is grammatically challenged. Matt, the team is a lot challenged. Ekman Larson with it. Going to skip it ahead to Lorentz. Lorentz back up to Ekman Larson into the zone to Lawton. That one, oh, we let it go. Lawton trying to lift the stick. Kept in here by Nylander. And Michelli going in after it. Tampa going to pass it around. Good puck work here by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Into the zone, flipping it up and over. Going to chase it in is James. Back around Bjorkstrand to the point. Long shot. It's knocked down. Nylander going to come 3-on-2 Toronto. Backhanded pass. 4-on-2. Here's a shot. And a nice save by Vasilevsky. Toronto cannot get a good quality shot on net with a 4-on-2 opportunity. It's Tavares that takes the shot, and they are going to go to commercial break. Hey, Krista, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. JT to score, would love it. Would love to see JT getting it. Would love to see him put it in. After suffering from the flu and all that jazz. All right, thank you for hitting that likes. We're moving on up. Smash that like button. And again, hit that subscribe as well if you're not already subbed up here to the channel. We would appreciate it. Big, important game here for Toronto. They're looking okay so far. Ahead in shots, 4-2. We'll take that one. right? We'll take that. Got to find the positives. And right now, even though we're just about halfway through this period, only 4 shots is not great, but we'll take it, right? We're ahead of Tampa Bay. Defense is looking okay. Alrighty. Road Warrior, what's up? Leafs would have scored if it wasn't for that commercial break. Listen, it was a good opportunity. Let them have the commercial with some Toronto momentum. Let them build on that momentum. We need it, right? We need it. Everything they can do. Kevin, I think he goes with the baby blues. The baby blues, right? We are a better road team. Yeah, Rick, for sure, definitely. And it's funny, right? Why can't we play the same on the road? My name is Gumdrop Nylander from now on. It's about time. I'm tired of jumping up and down. There we go, Road Warriors. We got you. We got you. Olivia, I hope you feel better. All right, coming back from commercial break. Let's go. Hey, Josh, what's up? Orange juice and chicken soup. There you go. Oh, I could use some good chicken soup. 11 goals since January 1st. For Austin Matthews has him tied 3rd in the National Hockey League in that stretch. Come on, Captain America. Let's see you pot a couple goals here tonight. Hey, Rubberman, what's going on? Would love to see it. That would be awesome. Celebrini's so good. And we're only seeing the beginning. Hey there, Beth. Go Leafs. Fired up. Yes, coming all the way down off the draw. Hagel scored in their own net. Oh, Brendan Hagel. Toronto back with it. Nylander giving it away in his own zone. Here comes Point, cutting towards the middle, putting this over to the near side, back up to the point. Long shot, hits Tavares in the shin. Carlo trying to get there, has it in his feet. Nylander coming around up to Tavares. Tavares mispracticed the other day. He was out with illness, so hopefully he's fully recovered. Back in here digging. It's pinched up along the boards. Moser and Gonclaves battling for it. In with Tavares. Tavares gets the puck. Came out. Michelli has it, and Tavares fights him for it. Michelli turning around. He's going to pass this one out. Over to Tavares. Back up to Riley. Riley coming in. Fans on the shot, and it's going to go to the corner. And Riley has his stick pulled out of his hand. He's got to go get a new piece of lumber. Here comes Kucherov. Kuch going to back away from Nick Waugh. Waugh watching the passes come around. Getting some coverage here with Nyes. Both guys up on the forecheck, and it's going to be sent all the way down the ice. Toronto Racing, that's going to be an icing call. And, you know, I thought there was contact with the puck on the way up. I don't think that should have been an icing call, but hey, we'll take it. Hey, Magic, what's going on? Welcome in. You're very, very welcome. I did a post, a pot roast with carrots, mushrooms. I haven't had pot roast in a long time. All right, face off again in the Tampa Bay zone, and the Lightning going to win this one. They're going to play it up. It hits the Leaf player along the boards, goes around. Hedman is going to chase for it. Victor Hedman trying to get it out. Nice, takes it away from him. Over to Nick Waugh. Waugh taking a shot going short side, but it's just high and over. This is kept in by the Maple Leafs. Tampa going to try, take 2. It comes to the line, and they finally get this one out. Through the neutral zone, Gensel going to work it up to Hedman. Hedman taking a shot. Benoit blocks it and takes down Hedman. It rolls up on Stolarz, and he's going to hang on to it. Raptors losing 24-17. Oh, that's nothing. Raptors will bounce back. Raptors will bounce back. Hey, Yo Maple, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's do this. Leafs are playing so far outside of a little bit of sloppiness in their own zone. I like what they're doing. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. Go for some baked potatoes. Oh, Vic had some baked potatoes last night. I love baked potatoes so much. So Lorentz comes in to take this draw. Going to be 1, but it goes off the linesman's skate right to Tampa Bay. Quick shot. Sails high and over the net. Lightning keeping this one in. Far side of the ice. Trying to work it. Toronto going to take it away. Banking it off the boards. They clear, but they couldn't control possession. Tampa trying to bring it up. Lawton is there watching. forces Point to turn around. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Welcome in. This is going to be played up in Toronto, backing it all the way up in their own zone. Quick outlet pass. Here comes Lorentz. He's going to send it up. Toronto in. Watch out for the linesman. Over to Lorentz behind the net. Lorentz with it now, trying to center it in front, but he gives this one away. Good position by Tampa Bay. They're going to look to work this across. Tampa leaving it behind the net. Regrouping now. McDonough looking. He's going to start it ahead. Ryan McDonough. Long pass. Goes in the corner off the boards. Comes to the front of the net. Leafs play this one towards the boards. Going to play it up. A little chip pass to the neutral zone. Nice move by Domi. Domi steps in, trying to come over to Matthews. He couldn't settle it down. Bobby Mack in the corner gets bodied off the puck. He's still digging, getting held up here. Tampa Bay coming right out in front. Leafs steal it away. Domi to the point. Riley with a shot. It's sitting there loose, and they can't get another whack. Back to Domi, who puts it right back into the feet. And Tampa going to send this one up and all the way down the ice. No icing called. A good little scrum had Tampa Bay back on their heels, but Toronto couldn't take advantage of it. Here come the Leafs again. Up through the near side of the ice. Nick Waugh going to tip this one in, chasing it down. No, Andrew, we opened them all. We're all fresh out. We are all fresh out. That's going to be an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good hustle. Good playing. Haven't had baked potatoes in a couple of years. Oh, I love them. Love them so very much. Okay. So Tampa Bay did score a goal, but it was called back for being offside. 6:26 to go. Off the draw. Ekman Larson throwing it towards Vasilevsky. He's going to catch it and hang on to it. Here you go. Tyler Myers sitting tonight against Winnipeg for trade reasons. So who is going to be picking up Tyler Myers? Better not be Toronto. It's a little scramble off the draw. Tampa's going to come away with it. Kucherov up the boards. Nice little pass to Point. Point coming in. He's going to be hit hard into the boards. Behind the net, back over to Kucherov. Kuch to the point. They turned it over. Here comes Robertson. Robertson with speed, a little 2-on-2. He's got Knives with him. Playing this one back, and that's taken away. Not a great pass there by Nick Robertson. Didn't have much to do. We got a penalty coming up against Toronto. How is Toronto taking a penalty here? I can't wait to see this replay. So we know Robertson is pulled up at the line, tried to pass it across. Hey there, George. So Simon Benoit is going to get the penalty. We're not going to get a replay, I guess, until they return. My goodness. So we'll see what this penalty was, but Simon Benoit is going to go to the box. You'll never walk alone. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Simon Benoit, what did you do? So they have it 2 minutes for minor. 2 minutes for minor is what it's listed out on the board. Thank you. That does not tell us anything. Oh, is Onyx here? I thought we banned Onyx. Just kidding. Holy smokes. Why has it always Benoit? Right, musically? It always does seem to be Simon Benoit. Oh, so now it's been updated. Simon Benoit, 2 minutes for minor Braden Point. So he did something to Braden Point. I'm guessing it's a hook or a slash. Jeffrey says slashing. Onyx likes to flex his muscle. So Benoit to go Tampa to the power play with just under 6 minutes to go in the first period. They're going to get a 2 minute opportunity. Shots right now are 5-2 Toronto. So it's going to be an interesting power play. Tampa, like I said, they have one of the better power plays in the league. We'll see how Toronto's going to shut it down. Hey there, JDA. What's going on? 2 minutes for looking at him aggressively. That's funny. It was probably the Tampa player who got the penalty and they called it on the Leafs, right? So it's for slashing. It is for slashing. Let's see, Benoit. Where's the slash? Okay. Sure. I'm going to refrain from making any comments, but yeah, it's a penalty. He got the stick. He got the stick up a little bit. So there it is. Power play, a Tampa Bay. Let's go. Who are the referees tonight, by the way? Furman South and Graham Skittler are the referees. Julian Fournier and Tyson Baker, the linesmen. So here we go, off the draw. Tampa going to win it back to Radish. Going to shoot it in. It goes off Carlo's stick. He didn't know where it went. Puck comes over to Kucherov. Kucherov down low, gets it returned. Kuch centering it up to Radish, putting it across with a blast. Hits the crossbar, and it comes to the line. It comes out. Loose puck. And here comes Toronto, 2-on-1 shorthanded. Lorentz, what a putz. Lorentz just froze like a deer in headlights. Didn't know what to do with it. A 2-on-1. Come on. Lorentz coming back. Tampa dropping this one over. What a chance for Toronto. And he didn't pass it. He didn't shoot it. He just kind of went, It was like his batteries ran out or something. That was the weirdest thing. Radish with a shot at 93 miles an hour. Tampa going over near side. Kucherov. He's being forced back. Lorentz going to force him to the boards. Toronto has the puck. They're going to get it to the line. That's going to come out. Go change. Go change. 1 minute to go. Tampa going to work it up to Kucherov. Kucherov dropping this one back. Radish back up to Kucherov. Side of the net. Back to Radish. Radish to Kucherov. Backhand bounce pass in front, and they score. Gensel's going to get the goal. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Oh. Hide and watch. Thank you for the follow. Tough play. Tough play. Back to the point. Kucherov, Gensel, tic-tac-toe. Braden Point is going to put it in. So excellent passing here. No chance for the goaltender. Absolutely no chance. Stetcher doing the best job he could, taking out one man, but Braden Point in front all alone, and he's going to put that one in. 1-0 Tampa Bay. And do we have another challenge here? Hang on, hold the phone. Referees are having a little conversation. Hang on a second. Lorentz slipped on a banana peel. He was like, you're playing a video game and your controller dies and you just like freeze and still move forward. Situation Room is having a look. This could be offside again. Kucherov is offside again. It's pretty darn close. The linesman was right there. Clear view down the line. Here's the call. No goal! No goal! Another offside. Another offside. 2 for Kucherov, jumping offside. A plug-it-and-play glitch, exactly. Julia, it is offside. Kucherov jumping the gun again. Good eye there by the video replay people. Box, that has nothing to do with the Leafs. That's the NHL review team. Tampa needs to read the rule book. Tampa needs to realize what an offside is. Kucherov has been out of the game for so long now, he forgets the puck has to cross first. Can he go for the hat trick? The hat trick of overturned goals. That's hysterical. 59 seconds on the clock. Toronto going to win the draw. Here's a shot right away, and it's kicked out. Carlo turning, sending this one down the ice. So 50 seconds left to go. There's a broken stick in the middle of the ice. Kucherov is going to remove the blade. And here comes Tampa Bay. Over to Kucherov again. Over to Point. Point to Gensel. Gensel to Radish. Back up to Gensel. Gensel spinning away from his defender. Over to the far side. Good sweep by the Leafs. Here they come again. 2-on-1 Toronto. Lorentz again. This time he gets it to Lawton. Return to Lorentz. It's off his skate. Oh, trying to give redemption to Steven Lorentz. And he is just not the guy you want on a 2-on-1. And the Maple Leafs, McCabe going to send this one down the ice. With 10 seconds to go in the power play. Throwing an elephant in front of the net. Here comes Hedman. He's going to put it across. Missed pass. Power play has expired. Trying to center it in Toronto. Backing this one up. They've killed it off. They gave up a goal, but it was overturned due to the offside. And I'll be honest with you, as much as I'm happy the goal got called back, I hate the offside reviews. Because in this case, it's not like the head start gave him a lead to rush in to score the goal. Here's Michelli. Michelli passing to Ekman-Larsson with a shot. That one gets blocked. Back to Michelli, spinning away from Hedman. Michelli flipping it to Ekman-Larsson, shooting short side, misses the net. Back to the point again for Benoit. To Ekman-Larsson again. Eki shooting. This time, it's knocked down in front. Here comes Tampa Bay. Just about 3 minutes to go. All right, you'll never walk. We'll see you later. Here comes Tavares. In front for Nylander, all alone. Going 5-hole and a great save by Vasilevsky. Nylander tries to slide it home. Just couldn't go between the legs. Back in the Leaf zone. Leafs going to work it around the boards. Coming off, Michelli to the point. Here comes Tampa Bay. Another shot. Blocker save. Kicked over to the corner. Hit the referee. Tampa to jump on this one. The Lightning spinning away from Stetcher. Stetcher trying to get up on his man. Tampa Bay spinning away from both of them. Holmberg passing this one down up top. Nice move by Moser. Moser taking the shot. That one gets blocked in Toronto. Gonna slide this one out. Holy smokes. What action here. Ryan McDonough gonna back this one up. This is unbelievable. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, but don't forget to hit that subscribe. Leafs going to play it up. Moser picking up the puck, working it across. Long pass up to Gensel. Gensel's got space. Cutting up, drops it off. Spinning away from the defender there was Hagel. In the corner, back to Hagel. Can't handle the pass. This coming over far side with a shot. That one's being deflected up. And at a play. Oh, boy. Things getting exciting here, going end to end. Chances at both sides. Whew. And guys are missing the nets. Fiery first period, lots of energy. Got to keep the energy going. They're playing well here. They're playing well. Willie almost tucked that one home. Leafs going to win this face-off. Back to McCabe. 19 shot attempts for Tampa Bay. 13 for Toronto. Leafs, Domi getting it into the Lightning zone. Lightning going to bring it right back out. Toronto brought it back in, but it was offside. Here's Gensel. Gensel coming in, tries to feed it to the slot. Nice little move. Coming back around, Gensel threading the needle. Deflection, that one gets blocked. Back over far side, Tampa Bay crowding the front of the net. Just throwing pucks, and they're doing a good job. This one is deflected over to the corner. Hagel with this one now. Hagel, he goes cross ice. Back in the slot to Gensel, to the point, to Hagel. He shoots. That one's going to go just wide. Leafs going to pick it up. They're going to slow it down. Leafs slowing it down. Now they're just going to bounce this one across. Toronto was changing up.
Last minute of play in this period.
Got to be careful with those passes in front of your own net. Leafs going to hammer this one down. Golden glitch. I agree with you. So glad the NHL is back. Working this one. Comes out. Tampa holding it at the red line, into the zone with speed. Here comes Point trying to turn the corner. That's kicked aside. Nice move there by Stolars. Benoit has it behind the net. Benoit gives it away. Puck is hopping around all over the place. Stetcher going to play it to Waugh. Waugh going to bounce it off the board for Nyes. Too far out of his reach. And with 24 seconds to go, that's going to be an icing call. Holy cow. Maybe it's the Olympics rest. Yeah, listen, they're moving. A lot of these guys are moving. Playing really, really well. We'll take a look at the time on ice to see how it breaks down. But these guys are really moving. 24 seconds to go. 6-4 the shots on net. A little bit of a scramble. Point wins it back to Kucherov. He's going to dish this one over. Radish sending it down deep, around behind the net. 17 seconds to go, out in front with the shot that's deflected to the corner. Benoit trying to tie it up here. This is going to be played around. They're tying it up along the boards. Waugh there as well. 5 seconds to go. This period is going to come to an end. First shot is knocked down, or last shot is knocked down, and the horn goes. First period comes to an end. No score here in Tampa Bay. And wow, this game was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was crazy. 6-4 your shots. Maple Leafs only 47% in the faceoff circle, which is not like them at all. 10 hits for Toronto, 7 for Tampa Bay. 7 block shots for Toronto, 3 for Tampa Bay. Leafs with 6 giveaways, Tampa Bay with 5 giveaways. The only penalty and the only guy on the score sheet right now is Simon Benoit. 2 minutes for that slash on Braden Point. We did have a couple Tampa Bay goals, but they were both called back due to offsides. So Matthews led the way of all forwards on Toronto, 5 minutes, 48 seconds. He had 6 shift, and all he has is 1 block and a giveaway. So yikes. The shots for Toronto, 1 for Michelli, 1 for McMahon, 1 for Nylander, 1 for Tavares. And from a defensive side, 2 for Ekman-Larsson, 1 for McCabe. Talking about defenders, Jake McCabe leading defenders on Toronto, 8.5 minutes in that first period. 7 minutes for Ekman-Larsson, 6:44 for Carlo, 6:16 for Riley, 6:15 for Benoit, and 5:17 for Stetcher. So Riley, who's usually in the top couple guys for minutes, now finding himself in that bottom 3. So interesting call there to see that happen. John Tavares in that second line has really only taken 5 shifts. Nick Waugh, I know he had a couple penalty killing shifts, or 1 penalty killing shift, but he's got 8 shifts so far. Just about everybody else was 6. Michelli and Tavares with 5 shifts apiece for them. For Tampa Bay, 10 shifts for Braden Point. Wow. Kucherov, 9 minutes and 14 seconds. Point, 9:05. Compare that with Toronto. Toronto's top guys are at 5:48 and 5:32, and that's Matthews and Domi, compared to Kucherov and Point, who played over 9 minutes each. That's crazy. And then Gensel at 6.5. So Tampa Bay has their 3 forwards with way more ice time than any Toronto player, that's nuts. From the defensive standpoint, it's the same thing. Radish at 9:28 of ice time. Moser at 8:08, which is crazy. But then at the flip side, Ryan McDonough has played 3:54. Victor Hedman at 3:56. Lilleberg at 3:42. Chernik at 3:59. So you have your top 3D in Radish, Moser, and Daustis, who are playing the most minutes. Everybody else, very, very minimal minutes. So interesting how Tampa loads up on their top guys, which is crazy. Hey, Wade, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. So happy to have everybody back and welcome in. Good to see you. And if there's anybody else, hey, B Disney, welcome in. I'm sure there's some other folks I may have missed along the way, but welcome in and thanks for joining us here for some Maple Leaf hockey. Night 1 of 2. Tomorrow night, it's my favorite rivalry. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers are going to be going toe-to-toe tomorrow night. Taking a quick look around the horn, no score, Sabres and Devils. Capitals are up 1-0 over the Flyers, and it was a goal by, who was it? Rasmus Sandin. Rasmus Sandin has the goal for Washington. Good old Rasmus Sandin. They're up 1-0 over the Flyers. No scores in the Kraken or Stars, and those are the only games underway right now. I'm going to just take a quick little drink. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for everything. So thirsty. Kevin, I have the same problem. Who do we cheer for tomorrow night? I think you may be trying to come to the right side. Come to the good side. That reminds me of that line from Spaceballs. What was it? Evil is good. No, evil is the best because good is dumb. Something like that. So funny. Boiled the kettle for tea. Yeah, love some tea. Love some tea. I had a really great cup of tea this morning. I'll tell you that much. Love some tea. I go just the plain orange pico is good enough for me. Sometimes, though, if I like fancy, drop one of those little dragon pearls in that opens up. Oh, so delicious. Little jasmine tea. So good. Did the Leafs have any more challenges or no? So, yeah, I mean, they haven't lost their challenge yet, so they can still challenge if it is a challengeable call, of course. Do you think McDavid will play tonight? I believe so. I haven't heard otherwise. And listen, if you're Connor McDavid right now, you are in a tough place. If you're Connor McDavid, you are really in a tough place. Hey, Joe, fun fact, Florida won 2 straight years and have gone to the finals 3 years. Yeah, of course. Joe, of course, always cheer for TML. From Frank Ceremonies, keep an eye on the Bolts' possible trade on Tyler Myers. Hey there. John, what's going on? Leafs 2 for 2 on the power play. No 2 for 2, no goals on offsides. Love it, John. Love it. Yeah, gotta cheer for Toronto, of course. Have to. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hang on, I gotta scroll back. What was that comment? I can't remember. It's gone. I've lost it. Yeah, good to see some penalty killing coming through for Toronto. Good job by those video guys. When those videos come through and the replay guys jump on those offsides, they're pretty good, right? Like 9 times out of 10, you're getting that call. If you see it, because they're just so quick. They're looking for it. Yankees had 4 challenges on balls. Yeah, and I mean they're good calls, right? If you're on it and you're getting them right, you keep your challenges. I like that new rule in baseball. Hey Tommy, how's it going? First was in the Olympics, things would have been different. Tommy, absolutely. I think they would, and I wish they would be. Hey Thomas, how's it going? Let's go Leafs. I would love to see a true best on best. Would love to see a true best on best hockey. And I think right now it's just a little bit of an unfortunate situation where there's a certain team that's not allowed to be there, but I really wish they would, because that would totally change everything. There's no crying in baseball. That was a good movie too, actually. Darko upset. Don't see him like that. Oh, I'll have to see what happened. If Tampa put Cooch on the bench, yeah, that's true. Hey, you know, listen, Kucherov is such a dominant player in this league, and it is a game of inches, right? And sometimes it's just a matter of timing, and he'll get that timing back. He sees the puck coming, and you just jump a second early, not even a whole second. We're talking a fraction of a second, just jumping slightly early. But Kucherov, he's one of the best. And listen, the lineup that Tampa Bay has is ridiculous. We all know what Kucherov is capable of. Point is phenomenal. We know he's coming back from injury. Gensel is a solid player. Hagel, love him or hate him, I don't like him, but man, he's a good hockey player. He gets under your skin. He's in the right place. He can score goals. So they got a lot of good things happening for them on this team. And Darren Radish has kind of come out of nowhere. He's having a heck of a year. 49 games played. He has 52 points, 35 assists, 17 goals. I mean, I don't remember Radish ever having this kind of a season. Last year in 73 games, he only had 37 points, 6 goals. In 23-24, 6 goals, right? 33 points. So a career year here for Darren Radish, and he's just loving it, right? Absolutely loving it. 29 years of age. By the way, Darren Radish from Toronto, Ontario, went undrafted, right? Undrafted, and was able to sign here with Tampa Bay. And boy, is he absolutely lighting it up. How he has grown over the last 3 years. He played His first season in 21-22, he played 4 games, had nothing, right? He was +1. His second year, 22-23, 17 games, he had 3 points, was a -4. Then 23-24, played all 82, 6 goals, 27 assists, 33 points, -3. Averaged 19 minutes, which is crazy. Then last year, again, 37 points, averaged 17 minutes. This year, in 49 games, 52 points, averaging 22.5 minutes a game. I mean, absolutely insane. He has 5 game-winning goals. That's nuts, 5 game-winning goals for Darren Radish. If he's available in your fantasy leagues, he's probably not at this point, but he's a guy you would love to pick up in your fantasy leagues. He is absolutely crazy. Horse Radish, there you go. For you old timers, I met Ed Belfort, Doug Gilmour, and oh, nice. 2 greats. 2 greats. Cooper gave him the confidence. Yeah, Tage Thompson scoring for Buffalo. Buffalo up now 1-0 over the Devils. That's not the news we wanted to see. That is not the news we wanted to see. If we look at this now with Buffalo going ahead, yikes. New Jersey, that's okay. I don't mind. If New Jersey would win, that would be better. But with Washington ahead, that's bad news for Toronto. And with Buffalo ahead, that's even worse news for Toronto. So need to see a couple of these teams come back. Need to see New Jersey put some points on the board. Need to see the Flyers put some points on the board as well. Now the question is, for New Jersey, did Jack return? Is Jack playing tonight? Jack is playing tonight. So Jack Hughes, obviously partying it up, returned today. He is playing, played 9:23 in the first period. His ice time definitely not as high as Nico Hischier and some of the others, Timo Meier, Dawson Mercer, but he's playing 9:23. Jack Hughes getting some time in there. Very cool. Good for him. Good for him. Hey, Onyx, what's going on, Sam? You're going to tell us who Connor... Oh, yes. Thank you, Donald. Connor McDavid. That's where we were going. That's where I was going. So Connor McDavid. Let's go over here. That's funny. Isn't it amazing? It's like squirrel, and I completely forgot. So Connor McDavid, what I was going to say is he's in a very tough spot right now. He obviously signed that extension to stay in Edmonton, and he wants to stay, and he is supposed to play tonight. Connor McDavid is in the projected lineup to play in Edmonton. And so here's your thing. If you're the Oilers, right, you go to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row, you lost them both. Yeah, you go to the Olympic gold medal game and you don't come through. And so we know, anybody who's watched Connor McDavid play, this guy is better than anybody. I mean, the way he skates, the way he shoots, the way he moves, he is unbelievable. And hockey is a team game. You can't do it all on your own. You need to have a team to surround you. But, man, it's got to be eating up at him, right? It's got to be eating up. I saw there was a reporter who asked him the question and said, you go to the Stanley Cup final twice and you couldn't do it. You go to the gold medal game, you couldn't do it. And like, how do you feel? And like, what a horrible question to ask the guy, first of all. And it was very, he was disappointed. And it is disappointing. And, what do you do if you're Connor McDavid? You need a surrounding cast that can help you. And he had that surrounding cast in the Olympics, but it couldn't find him. When you watched Gretzky play or Lemieux play, it seemed like the winds just followed them wherever they went. And right now, Connor McDavid is having a problem winning. So going to be interesting to see what the Oilers do and how they turned around. Who would have thought Matthews would win a title before McDavid? Right, Joe? Exactly. You got a McDavid jersey? Nice. He'd still be the guy I get as well. McDavid won MVP. Yeah, he had most points in the tournament. He was phenomenal. He was incredible. But it's got to be on his mind. Like, why can't I win? Must have been the same reporter who asked how Olli Jokinen was feeling after the Richards. Right? Exactly. Needs to go to a powerhouse team. But you would think, right? You go to the Stanley Cup Finals twice. Gosh, you think you get there. Worst thing to loses to Matthew Tkachuk, back-to-back Cup Finals. Yeah, right, Joshua? Exactly. Go to the Leafs. I would love to see him come to the Leafs. I don't know if that would help him much, but it's got to be eating away at him. It's got to be, like, confidence. Confidence is a funny thing, and we know, listen, anybody you ask, who's the greatest player in the game today, and Connor McDavid is in that conversation. He's one of a handful of players. But you got to win at some point. He has to win. Thought McDavid would have won to go before. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. David did win the burger contest. Media are bad. You have to be a legend just for that. Yeah, some of the questions the media asks are just crazy. And it's valid to think it. I mean, we're thinking about it. A lot of people are thinking about it. But to ask the guy point blank, like 2 days after it happened or whatever it is just not good. Still not as bad as the Bills. That's true, Jeffrey. The Bills have lost quite a fair bit. Josh Allen, same question to him. What do you have to do to win? What do you have to do to get there? And it's got to weigh on you, right? And so I don't blame McDavid if he has a blow up in the locker room or he, shows his emotions or frustrations. It's got to weigh on you. You don't play at this level, at an elite level, without putting all kinds of pressure on yourself, especially the caliber of talent like him. And it's just got to be eating him up. And Kenny, what's going on? Welcome in. I didn't see you sneak in. Very selfish, Connor. So listen, I feel for him. Hey, Jamaica Dave, how's it going? Would love to see him be able to step up and get back and get right in there. And we'll see, right? We'll see when Edmonton plays later tonight. Maybe it's going to be a whole different ball game. Maybe he's going to be on a tear later tonight. But if the playoffs were to end today, well, maybe we'll save that conversation for the next intermission. We'll talk about playoff pictures and all of that jazz, because there's a few things to discuss. So we're waiting for them to come back. Second period of action about to start up and get going. Bring McDavid to Tampa Bay. Holy smokes, Bucks, that would be crazy. That would be absolutely wild if that happened. All right, we are moments away from the Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning, period number 2, coming up. Oof. Let's see if the Leafs can keep up the energy, keep up the intensity. Again, Tampa Bay had 2 overturned calls. Let's see. Thank you for hitting those subs, moving those up, moving right along. And here we go, McDavid to the Sharks. Ryan, man, talk about a team that's building. The Sharks are looking really good, really, really, really good. All right, Matthews in to take this draw. Can't see who that is for Tampa Bay. Is that Yanni Gord? Here we go. Second period starts. Not yet. They jumped the gun. Gonna separate them, back them up. Let's try it again. Starts right now in Tampa Bay. Gonna win the opening draw. They're gonna dump this one in. Toronto back to pick it up. Here comes the forecheck. A little bump. Leafs putting it around the boards. Chernik can't hold it. That one's gonna come out and all the way down the ice. Domi racing in. Vasilevsky's got to play this around. Tampa Bay on the clean ice. Gonna play it up. Gonna kick it into the Leaf zone. Right on Stolarz. He's gonna play this one. And there's a stick sliding across the ice. Matthews overskates it, a little pass across. Puck is really bouncing around here early. Domi can't get it out. Bobby Mack frees it. Comes to Matthews. Matthews up to Domi. Domi into the zone. Going to play this one around. Matthews gets a hard takedown along the boards. Puck back to the point. Domi is trying to get off the ice. He was in the way of the shot, and we got a penalty coming up, interference. So is Chernak getting the penalty? So Toronto going to go to the power play. So it's a slew foot. Chernak gets the slew foot on Matthews. Matthews goes down, and Eric Chernak is going for interference, and he's shaking his head. So the Maple Leafs going to get a power play opportunity here on fresh ice. Shake it off, AM34. Let's go. In to take the draw. Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, Ekman Larson, and Riley here for the Leafs. Nylander over to Tavares, keeping this one in. Bad pass. Matthews can't get it. Hedman going to play it around. Nyes knocked it down, comes back to Hedman. He's going to go high off the glass. Took a funny hop, but Tampa Bay able to get it out. Here comes Hagel. Hedman going to the net. They pass this one back, and a nice quick stick there by Nyes. Riley going to pick this one up, giving it to Matthews. Matthews over the red line, over the blue line into the zone. His pass got knocked down. Nylander has it, plays it across. Here's a long shot from Riley with a tip. That one goes wide, and it's going to come all the way out and down the ice. Willie back to pick this one up. Nylander leaving it here for Riley. Riley going to turn, going to start to bring it ahead. Drop back to Matthews, over to Nylander. Willie up the red line, going to get to the blue line, passes it right to Tampa Bay, and the Lightning play it down the ice. Stolarz out to stop it. 1 minute to go here in the power play. Leafs can't really get in and get set up right now. Playing this one back. Toronto over the red line. Now they're going to chip this one in. Nick Robertson going in the corner as the B squad comes on. Michelli in the corner, playing this one back to Ekman Larson. Throws it in front for a tip. Robertson got his stick. Toronto center in front, shooting, rebound. Robertson is all tied up. Michelli fans on it. Going to come over to Michelli, the one-timer, way wide. Just a bit outside. Here's Domi. Domi with it. Playing this down low to McMahon. McMahon gives it away. Tampa Bay going to carry this one out. Yanni Gourde with 20 seconds to go in the power play. Going to roll this one down. Ekman Larson back with it. So a good chance there for Toronto, but they just couldn't pull the trigger. Michelli playing it back, going to give it away to Hagel, and Tampa Bay going to play it around their own end. That'll do it. It's going to kill off the power play. Here comes Hagel with speed. Up through the middle, going to drop it back to Hagel. Return to Moser with a shot. Great save. Stolarz coming across, getting it with his left leg. Huge stop. Very nice save. But again, Toronto right there. Had a couple chances, fanning on shots, putting it through a crowd, just couldn't get it on. They came close, but it's not enough. Wow. Not a good power play, Skittles, not at all. Raptors taking the lead at halftime. Let's go Raptors. Good God. Can't they put this in? Leafs going to pick this one up. Going to dump this one in. Over on the far side, Lorentz trying to kick it free. Comes to Kelly Yernkroak. He gives it away, and here comes Kucherov. Kucherov passed it up, got knocked down. He's going to back and turn it around. Looks like Kucherov learned what offside is he held up, had to wait for them to tag. Now they're going to dump this one in. Over on the far side, sounds like another stick gets knocked down. Going back door, deflected onto the boards. Tampa Bay still working it, cycling this one around. The Lightning, good passing, centering it in the high slot. They're going to pull it off, going back door. That one is tied up. Good D there by Stetcher. Coming back through. Tampa working that far side of the ice. Really good, crisp passing here. Drop passing, working it around, trying to center it, point back. Here's a long shot. Look out. Stolarz sliding one way, then the other. Good 40-second shift here by the Lightning. Working it in the Leaf zone. Point. Cross ice for the one-timer. Good stop by Stolarz. And Stolarz looked like he was shaken up a little bit there. And here comes a big takedown. Radish tying up his man as it's under the Leaf player. He's got the stick between his legs, the elbow to the back of the head, and they're going to get up. Stick still between Yernkroak's legs. Tampa Bay working it down low. Tough shift here for these guys. 1:40. Carlo going to play this one up. Leafs going to carry it. Just dump it down and go change up. Yarncroke going to get pinned along the boards, but he does play this one in. Tampa going to bring it up. Tough shift there by the Maple Leafs. Lightning were all over him. Here comes Hagel again. Driving in the high slot, loses the handle. Leafs going to put it over to the boards. Tavares going to his man. Long pass over to Hedman. Hedman tries to throw it in the middle, hits the leg, goes to the wall. Benoit here, he's going to scoop at it, and the Maple Leafs going to play this one out. Here comes Toronto. Tavares. He's going to carry in over to Nylander. Willie going to bank it off the boards to Michelli. Michelli trying to center it in front. Weak pass there. Weak pass. Stronger on the puck, boys. Here comes Tampa Bay with a nice breakout pass. In over the line. Gensel coming in, going 5-hole. Nice save there by Stolarz. Toronto going to turn, bring it right back the other way. Nylander with it. He tries to cycle it around. Tampa Bay Gensel going to break in. Gensel, he's going to drop it off with a shot, and Stolarz makes the save coming off the post. Good couple minutes here by the Tampa Bay Lightning after Toronto just put a bunch. Whoo-wee. That was absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Oh, welcome in for those that are just joining us. Thanks for tuning in and being here. Good pressure, good pressure. Like to see it. All right, face off in the Leaf zone. Nick Waugh here to take it. 14.5 to go in period number 2. Leafs going to win it back. Morgan Rielly behind the net, going to bring this one out. Little deflection. Nyzy can't get it into the zone deep. Going to come all the way back. Stolarz has the mitt in the air to indicate it's an icing call. Oof. Wow. Good to see the energy is still here, though. Both teams are delivering. Both teams bringing a lot of energy, which is absolutely awesome. If you're just coming in and joining us, welcome to the show. Make sure you hit that follow button or that subscribe button. We'd love for you to come back tomorrow night as the Leafs take on the Florida Panthers as they make their way from coast to coast. Face off in the Lightning zone. Tampa Bay wins this one. Going to play it off the boards all the way down the ice. Rielly racing back. Tampa Bay trying to get around him. Rielly getting put heavily into the boards. Tampa going to keep this one in. Nice move by Holmberg coming back in front. Missed pass. Little collision there in the blue ice in front of Stolarz. Coming around behind the net. Rielly picking it up. Tries to pass it up. Hits a leg. And he's going to try the other way. Look out. Morgan Rielly circling into trouble. He's going to play this one up, and the Leafs get it to the line and out. No, it's kept in by Tampa Bay. McMahon is going to carry this one out, going to dump it in. Too high for Vasilevsky to knock down. Leafs coming in on the forecheck. Forecheck did not last too long. It's going to be played all the way down the ice. And again, it's going to be an icing call against Tampa Bay. 13:35 to go now. 11 shots for Toronto, only 8 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Canucks have a trade option. They've asked Myers to consider. His protection has taken his time to consider. I would be very curious where Myers goes. His name is a name that is always mentioned over the last couple of years coming up to trade deadline days. So they dropped the puck. They whistled it down right away. They're going to drop this one more time. Yanni Gourde in against Nick Waugh. Waugh going to win this one back. Quick shot by Robertson. That one gets blocked. Tampa Bay bringing it around. Hey there, Aaron. Thank you for hitting that subscribe and lighting the blue lamp. Welcome into the community. Tampa going to drop it. Shot right on. Cycling it around. Robertson taking a bump into the boards. Puck is over the head of Nick Waugh. McDonough going to play this cross ice to Chernik. He's going to go back over to McDonough. Slowly backing it up. Now a long pass all the way up to the red line. Here comes Tampa Bay. In over the line. Speed going towards the net. Good comeback there by Nyes. Forced Tampa Bay to think about other decisions. Going to go across. Tampa Bay centering it in front with a shot. They score. Braden Point puts this one in. I don't think this one's going to be an offside. I think this one is going to stand. A tough play. All the Leafs were back. Point with a nice little pass. Goes right up the middle, sneaks through. Matthew Nyes didn't stay with him. Didn't lift that stick. Waugh missed it, and Benoit did a good job taking out the man in front. Stolarz kind of misplayed it a little bit coming across, but Matthew Nye's blown coverage leads to a Tampa Bay goal. And the Lightning are 26-4-1 when scoring first this year. And it's unfortunate because the Leafs, they couldn't afford to give up that goal. Braden Point from Destis. So they are on the board 1-0. No offside this time. This time it does indeed count. So let's see if the Leafs can get this one back, get even. This coming around behind the boards. Tampa, nice little breakout play. Here they come quickly. Goncalves sending it across. Holmberg going to get assist on that goal as well. Middle of the ice, Toronto picking it up. Long pass trying to hit Nylander. Willie comes in the zone. He takes a hit, goes down. Point goes in the corner with the puck. Nylander trying to take it away, and Point going to put it around the boards away from him. Nylander is buzzing right now. Comes on net. Vasilevsky going to play this one around. Toronto. Nylander digging this one out of the corner. Behind the Tampa Bay net. This is going to be slid in front. Here comes Tampa Bay again. Putting it across. Little pass. Breakaway. Tampa Bay coming in. Oh, what a deke. And they score. And Ekman Larson is throwing punches. Stolarz comes over. He gets involved. Kucherov is in there. Referee's going to separate this up. Stolarz not happy. It was a nice little feed. Goncalves comes in. A beautiful pass to split the defense. He goes in. What a great pass. And he makes a beautiful deke. And he wraps it around Stolarz, but he ends up crashing into him as well. James, what up, Big E? A nice little move, and I don't see anything wrong with this. Goncalves just goes through. He goes one way, goes the other way, and he kind of trips over the pad of Stolarz. So they didn't intentionally run into him or anything, so I have no problem with that play. But James, Big E, hitting that membership button. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. So a little bit of a dust up after that goal, but 2-0 Tampa Bay. And again, a terrible defensive breakdown by Toronto. And Ekman Larson, he's going to end up in the penalty box for throwing some punches after that goal. And I think this is going to be the only Toronto penalty. So I didn't see an issue with that. Onyx doesn't hate anybody. Hey, Rissies, what's going on? Welcome in. Need to lock in. That's right, Matthew. Need to lock in. So it's going to be a Tampa Bay power play. So not only do they get the goal, they now get a 2-minute power play. Ekman Larson, 2 minutes for roughing. Tampa Bay has all the momentum right now, and Toronto, they're in a hole. They're in trouble. They've been playing a solid game, but 2 defensive breakdowns led to 2 Tampa Bay goals. Here come the Lightning again, setting it up. Here's to the point. Radish teeing off on one. That's going to go wide. 95 miles an hour for Radish. Another blast by Radish. This one at 93 miles an hour, and that's into the glove of Stolarz. Wow. Unbelievable. Radish just teeing off on 2 massive shots. That's right. It's 4-0 if you include those 2 goals that were called back. Here they come again. Lightning back to the point. Radish across with a shot. Stolarz going to make that save. That was a beautiful move by Goncalves on the breakaway. Beautiful deke. But a pass that splits the defense. Caught napping. Here comes Toronto, going to chip this one out. Racing it down. Steven Lorentz trying to get to a corner turn. He goes crashing down, taken down. Lightning going to send this one back up. Lorentz still down. He's going to try and get back into this play. Tampa Bay up over the middle is Kucherov. Kucherov feeding it across for Point. Point Walking around Nick Waugh. He's going to cycle back around. Bjorkstrand across over to the far side of the ice. Down low by the goal line. Now it comes to Radish again with a one-timer. Nice rebound. Back to Radish again across to Kucherov. To Radish. Sends it over. Bjorkstrand with it by the faceoff dot. Going to go down low. Bjorkstrand again with it. Down to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov to point in the middle. Tipped right on. And a nice save here by Stolarz. Tampa Bay, really solid puck movement. Really solid puck movement. Yeah, Ambrose, I'm with you there. Norman, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. Don't like radish. Radishes. You don't like radishes. I gotcha. That's right, Joshua. Watching on Sportsnet Ontario here in Toronto. On a very cold evening in Toronto, but temperature is supposed to get up to a balming 5 degrees tomorrow. Woohoo. 5 degrees. Ursi sure is, Onyx. He's one smart polar bear. Tampa Bay with 5 seconds to go in the power play. Side of the net, Toronto taking it away. Carlo, look out! Gave it away. Maple Leafs hanging on to it. Going to play this one out. Power play has expired. The Leafs trying to get back in this hockey game right now. They killed off a power play, which is a good thing. They need to get going right now. Here come the Lightning. Long pass up to Hagel. Hagel into the zone, cutting towards the middle, turning it over. They keep it in. Here's a long shot. That one's going to go wide, just missing the side of the net. This coming all the way out. Lightning back in their own zone. 9.5 minutes to go here in period number 2. Leafs in a little bit of trouble. That's going to be played around. Hagel getting it up behind the net. Toronto can't clear it out. Giving it away yet again. Here's a long shot. Stolarz seeing it at the last second, punching it out with the blocker. Back over is Bobby Mack, playing it to the middle of the ice. Here's a slap shot from point blank range. That goes nowhere as Gergensen steps into one. This coming all the way down the ice. Lightning back. Here comes the Toronto forecheck. Bobby McMahon tries to center it in front. Misses Matthews. Here comes Domi taking a shot. He fanned on that one. Time to break up these three. Let's get Matthews some help here. Get Nyes back on the top line. Tampa stepping in. Benoit sidesteps ahead. Gergensen stepping on it. There along the boards. Matthews can't dig it out. Radish again teeing off on one, and that's knocked down by the blocker of Stolarz. Back in the corner, playing this one around. Tampa Bay centering it. Willie got a piece, knocked it down, but can't control. Moser working it down low, centering it up top all alone. Tampa shoots. That one goes wide. Hagel, little back pass. Again, Gensel trying to center it. Benoit takes it away, drops it. Here's Nylander. Breakaway for Willie. Willie going around. What a stop by Vasilevsky. Willie trying to center it, getting his own rebound. He got it past Vasilevsky, but it just trickled wide of the net. Huge stop by Andre Vasilevsky. My goodness. Nylander on the breakaway, couldn't tuck it home. Nice goal, just tries to get it around, and it's a toe save. Stretches out with that right pad, just getting a toe on it to keep it out. Real nice stretch, Vasilevsky. Hey, Steve, what's going on? Welcome in. I can't imagine how a Canadian and Toronto Maple Leaf fan feels this week. It must be horrible. Steve, it's great. I'm great. I absolutely love it because I love the game of hockey. Absolutely love the game of hockey, and I celebrate great hockey. I recognize the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's okay. It's all good. It is all good. Matthews for McDavid. Jose, I think it's a fair trade. I think it's a great trade. You know, it's interesting with the extensions that both Matthews and McDavid signed. Both contracts are set to expire the same year. So Matthews and McDavid will become free agents at the same time. Now, could you imagine if hockey did what basketball did and Matthews calls up McDavid and they said, so where do you want to go? And they both decide to go somewhere like the LeBron did back in the day going to Miami with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, where they all decided, hey, let's go together. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Tampa is definitely a cup contender. They're number 1 in the league right now. Independent, what's up? Hockey should be done when they run the Daytona 500. They should do the Daytona 500 on ice. Just saying. You can't win all the time. Listen, as long as we get good games, that's all that matters. As long as we get good games. Hey, Crime City, what's going on? Toronto's hurting right now. Toronto's hurting. They would like to get back in this game. And I think that's one thing that's very different between our channel and a lot of other channels out there, is we just celebrate the game of hockey. We love it. We love it. We'll criticize it, we'll pick it apart, but we celebrate it and we talk about it. Maybe the Kitties would beat us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be a tough game, Jeff. It's going to be a very tough game. Free agency should be removed. You know what, Jay Mitch? It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. It's unfortunate. Here's Toronto going to play this out. Whichever team is going to be in the top spot, that city is going to have fans that jump on the bandwagon. When the Blue Jays went to the World Series last year, there were people I know that never watched a baseball game in their lives. All of a sudden, we're cheering on the Blue Jays. They didn't know the rules of baseball, but they became Blue Jay fans. When your city is doing well, everybody gets on board. It's just the way sports are. Here's a shot by Ekman Larson. That one's going over. Philly, I'll answer that at the next break. This coming around, Tampa Bay. Going to play this one up. Kucherov going to bounce this pass over. Point coming up. Toronto broke up the play for a moment. Twice now is Tavares breaking it up, but they don't move the puck. They knock it down and do not move it along. Hey there, Beth. How's it going? Lightning back in their own zone. Going to move this one around. I can't stand the other team in Florida. Call them by name. That's how much I hate them. So funny. All right. So the question was, yeah, Mitch, I hear you there. There's a lot of people like that. So Feely asked honest thoughts about our playoff chances. Well, before the break, I was pretty confident. I thought, Toronto would be able to get in there and squeak in there. And now with 25 games remaining, they're 10 points back, which means they need to at least win 5 games and have the others lose. I'm not very confident at this point, Feely. There's a chance, and I hope they can pull it off. I'm not very confident, to be honest with you. But I won't give up hope. 6.5 to go here in period number 2. The other thing is Toronto's schedule is very hard. Very hard. Here's Riley with a shot right on. They have a very difficult closing stretch. I think it's 25 games in 50 days or something like that. All right, commercial break. They're going to step away. 2-0 Tampa Bay. They got the lead here. Hey, Chris, the Leafs need a Pat Burns type. You know what? I agree with you. Someone like Pat Burns, somebody who would knock their heads and kind of wake them up. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I love Ottawa, but hate the 2 teams mentioned because I'm a Montreal fan. There you go, Steve. There you go. Listen, Montreal, well, we're going to talk about it at the next break. Montreal's in a great spot right now going into this final stretch. They're in a really, really good spot. I think it's time to be sellers, at least partially at the deadline. Yeah, the deadline is going to be very interesting because the problem the Leafs have every time we get close to some kind of the trade deadline, when they're trying to trade to bring guys to Toronto, the asking price for a deal with Toronto is way higher than anybody else. If Toronto wants a guy, it's always give us a first rounder and a prospect. And then the Leafs say no, and they'll turn around to somebody else, and it'll be like a third rounder and a prospect. So when Toronto is selling, I'm curious if they get the value they need. Toronto needs to find a way of getting some first rounders coming in. Some good roster players would help as well, but they got to get some picks back. Toronto needs to figure out, a growth strategy here. There are some good players at the Marlies, but our system, we've lost a lot of good players. Like, you know, Alex Steves, you know, was a guy that was developing and that I really really enjoyed. And there was who's the, oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name now? Fraser Minton. I was going to call him Matt Fratton. Fraser Minton, you know, I liked him a lot, and he's having a great year in Boston. Here's a quick shot that's going to get knocked down as they return from commercial break. Nylander back to pick it up. Minton gave him away. Yeah, I mean, that one hurts. Never blame the goalies. If everyone on the team was perfect. Independent, I agree with you. Being a goalie dad, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Hey there, Jay. How's it going? Welcome in. This back around. Hey, Lizard, what's up? Toronto bringing this one across. Puck rolling up, and they're going to play it down. A little bit of a bump. Leafs can't really get it deep. Nylander took a hard spill right at the blue line, and Nylander's going off. Nylander's going to the bench. He's limping. Nylander is limping going off. I wonder if he just re-injured that groin. Back to the line. That's not good. You don't like to see William Nylander in that kind of shape. Remember when the Leafs lost to Zamboni? That was pretty wild. That was pretty wild. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Welcome in. 5.5 to go here in period number 2. Leafs keeping this one in the Tampa Bay zone. Bringing it around down deep. Lawton trying to come out front. Turning. He's throwing it towards the net. Nobody there to get a stick on that one. Leafs behind the goal line, playing it across. Battling hard here. Really hard. And the Lightning going to move this one up. They're going to flip this one out. Puck lands at Stetcher's feet. Stetcher turning the corner. Takes one bump. Takes a second bump. The Lightning door opens up. That could have been dangerous. And here comes Toronto, just going to roll this one down. Jake McCabe, he's going to peel off now. Here's Nick Robertson, has it in the Lightning zone, playing it around deep. Carlo has to pinch up in it. Carlo trying to center to front. There it is for Toronto, going short side. Vasilevsky makes a save. Robertson coming the other side. He takes a shot, and that one deflects up and goes out. All right, Dan, take it easy. So Nylander, he got hit by the puck. He got hit awkwardly with the puck and went down hard and limped his way off the ice. And it looks like his left leg got injured. We'll have to keep an eye on William Nylander. Hopefully he is okay. You don't like to see him going off in that kind of a way. Yeah, I assume Wall will play tomorrow. I don't know for sure, but I assume so. The Briar on Friday. I may watch it during the day. Broken another nail. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely crazy, crazy. But you're right. Never blame the goalies. Sometimes, listen, sometimes they'll miss it. Sometimes they won't make a save they should make. But, yeah, for the most part, you're going through 5 other guys to get a good scoring opportunity. The goaltender can't do it all themselves. And you know what? There's a lot of minor league coaches out there that really think they know best when it comes to goaltenders. And being a goaltender is such a specialized position. It's pretty funny when you hear coaches out there say or criticizing goaltenders. When a team wins, you win and a coach pulls the goaltender aside and is still screaming their face off, making that goaltender feel like he wants to weep after a win. And it's funny, it's those same coaches that when you ask them for feedback will turn around and say, well, I'm not a goalie coach. I can't tell you what to do. Well, if you're not a goalie coach and you won't give any advice to make a goaltender better, shut your face and stop yelling at goaltenders when they win you hockey games. I think some people need to step up and put some of these coaches in their place because it's absolutely disgusting. Hey, Travis, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's go. Let's do this. Tampa Bay, best team in the league. Maple Leafs struggling. Let's go. 10 straight home wins for the Lightning. They're looking to strike yet again off the draw. Robertson playing this one back to the point. Cycling around. Nyes has it. Nyes playing this back to the point. Shots now 18-18. Carlo almost gave it away. Robertson has to back this one up. They got to turn it around. Yeah, Colin, I thought they've been in this game. I thought they'd have a chance. Trying to drag this one through. Lightning going to come away with it. Here they come. Tampa Bay again very quickly. James up over the line. Lightning coming in. Playing it back. Going cross ice. Center in the slot with a shot. Nice stop there. Hagel getting in a really nice position. We got a Maple Leaf player down. Brendan Carlo is having trouble getting up, and he's not putting pressure on his left leg. So Brendan Carlo's in a heap of trouble here. He's limping off. And he's kind of bending his knees. I don't know if it's a knee or a hip, but Brendan Carlo is going off in some distress. So he took the shot off the inside of the leg. Couldn't exactly tell from that angle if it hit him in the skate or the inside of the knee, but Brendan Carlo getting hit hard. Goalie get hammered, you get tired, and you can't do save after save. You get worn out. Goalies don't get breaks. You were watching the puck the entire game. You're independent. You are 100% spot on. 100% spot on. Absolutely, and Canu, I agree with you. Save those legs for tomorrow. This is going to come around. That's, Carlo limps off. Nylander limps off. Willie is back now, so he's okay. Nice pass. Toronto splitting the D. Coming in. 5-hole on Vasilevsky. Another good save. Gosh, Vasilevsky in that huge frame goes down on the butterfly. So smooth and so fast. This is going to be an icing call against Tampa Bay. 3:23 to go. 3:23 to go. Whew. What a play. Was that Ekman Larson taking the feed from Nylander going through? What a nice play by Eki. Just a bruise. That's right, Trav. Just a bruise. Get the peas and carrots. Take care of that bruise. 3:23 to go. Off the draw, putting it around. Working it across. Lightning in their own end. Gonna bank it off the boards, getting this one out. Stetcher coming over. He's going to turn and just fire this one down the ice. Back in the Lightning zone. They're going D to D. Going to work it up over on the far side. Tampa coming across into the zone. Lightning with some speed. Here's a shot. That one goes off the end boards. Stolarz looking behind him for it. And the Leafs just lifting this one up, trying to get it down the ice. Bobby Mack can't pull it away. Here comes Tampa again. Yanni Gourde bring this one up over the line. Gourde, little backhand right on. Big save. Rebound is there, and he's going to put it up and wide. 2:42 to go. Bobby Mack can't get it out. Leafs are kind of scrambling around right now. Trying again. Bobby Mack can't get it out. Coming down around behind the net. Going to rip it around over on the far side. Leafs can't get it there on the first try. The second try they do. But Tampa Bay sending it right back in. Hey there, Larry. If they don't get rid of Carlo, I'm jumping off the bandwagon and cheering for Buffalo. This coming back around. Trying to bring it through. Because, Adam, it's not about politics. It's about hockey, and he's the captain of our Maple Leafs. It's going to be dumped down in the zone. That's going to be an icing call, it looks like. Got to get it going. Do you think Tampa does anything at the trade deadline? Yes, Michael. I think they will look to bring some depth. And when you get into the playoff run, it's hard physical hockey. And we see even in this game, Tampa Bay is stacking up their top players, right? They're Kucherov, Point, Gensel, and Gourde. They're playing more minutes than everybody. Radish playing more minutes than everybody. They need some additional depth players so they don't have to rely on just these guys. Well, Maddie, good for you. You can go watch, or Adam, you can go watch somewhere else. Like I said, it's not about politics. It's about hockey and sports. If you want to make it about something else, go make it elsewhere. This coming around down in the corner. Trying to play it through. This coming all the way back down. Stolarz going to bank this one across. Trying to get it across. Here's a long deke. Here's a shot by Benoit. This coming aside for rebound for Nyes, and he can't shovel it in. Tampa Bay coming back around the other side, bringing it all the way down. Here it comes across right in front. Toronto going to pick it up. Here we go. Leafs. Tavares flipping this one down in the corner.
Last minute of play in this period.
Tavares in there, crashing. Nylander coming in to help him out. Radish tying it up along the boards. Point is there as well. Going to come free. Leaf player diving, coming across to Carlo. Carlo steps into one, and that's grabbed and held by Vasilevsky. I think that's like the first shot I've seen Carlo step into cleanly for a while. Absolutely wild. Hey, David, I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Hey, that's okay, Adam. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. And when you do your own thing, you can put whoever you want on your thumbnails. Let's go. Got to set them up. Larry, right? That's so true. So true. It's not all that often. Not all that often. We say he did good things. Playing this across. Larson. Ekman Larson passing it over. Down around behind. This coming up on the near side. 40 seconds to go. Trying to dig it free. Down in the corner. Back over to the other side. Look out. Here comes Tampa Bay. 30 seconds to go. Breakaway again. Up the middle. Backhand. Nice stop this time by Stolarz. Another pass splitting the Toronto defense. That's happening too much. Here comes the other way. The Maple Leafs. Nylander in. Pulls up. Center it across. Riley can't handle it. This in the corner. Digging it. Matthews with it. Sending it across to Domi. Domi back behind the net. You're not going to score from behind the net. Trying to bring it out in front. It does. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down by Vasilevsky. It's sitting there. Tampa Bay's going to gobble it up, and this period comes to an end. Let's go. Wow. Tampa Bay takes a 2-0 lead to the intermission. Wow. Almost 3. Hey, congratulations. Good stuff. You'll tell me all about it. Yes, I would love to see that. I'd love to see a team go into Milwaukee. Love to see a team get to Milwaukee. I think that would be great. I think it would be great. The more good cities, and I'll be honest, do I want to see more cities in Canada? Absolutely. More importantly, I want to see cities who are going to support the franchise. If you're going to expand, I just want to see cities that are going to support a franchise. Like I said, we celebrate the game of hockey. We love the game of hockey. I don't want to see another Arizona situation. I don't want to see another expansion where all the NHL tries to do is stuff it down our throats. Just want to see franchises succeed, because the more franchise succeeds, it means the more good hockey we're going to get. Look at Utah. Utah is doing all the good things right now. They might not be winning, but they're a top-notch organization. Great jerseys, great fans. That's all we want to see. And again, would I love to see a team in Quebec, a team in Saskatchewan, a team out in like PEI or something? Absolutely. But I just want to see a team where it's going to be supported. Jay, thank you for the heart. Really, really, really appreciating that. Kind of losing the goal is all. Jay, great. Jay, man, I was waiting, Jay. Those comments are absolutely hysterical. Quebec needs one. Yeah, I would love to see it go back there. And Rick, and that's you make a good point, right? And when you start, and this is my argument, because we all know, and again, to any of our friends south of the border that are in here right now, any of our friends that are in here, I don't mean this to offend you, but when our American friends start the trash talking, oh, Toronto hasn't won a cup and blah, 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 or Canada hasn't won a cup since blah, 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 you know, that whole argument. Rick, your point right there is taken. 24 US teams to 7 Canadian teams, right? If you guys are in sales, you know how it works, right? In sales, you make cold calling. Let's say you call 100 people. Well, out of 100 people, you're only going to get maybe 25 responses. And of that 25, maybe only 10 of them are actually interested in what you're doing. And of that 10, maybe only 2 of them are willing to take a meeting and invest some time into exploring what you're selling. It's the same in this situation. With 24 teams to only 7 Canadian teams, the chances are more than 3-1 that a U.S. team is going to win the Stanley Cup. Now, when we get into playoffs, we run into situations where not all 7 teams make the playoffs. Maybe only 4 of them make the playoffs. And then you have where 2 of them might play each other. So when you get down to it, there's not many Canadian teams that are going to have a chance to go the long run. It's just pure numbers. And sure, more Canadian teams would even that out, but that's why less and less Canadian teams are winning, because it is purely a numbers game. But like I said, I just want to see good hockey wherever it is. And I agree, the next one should be here 100%, but not always the way it goes. All right, Adam, I think it's time, my friend. I think it is time. Thank you for your contributions, but I think it's time. All right, let's see. Do you think Winnipeg might come back, Sam? Have Hellebuck? Listen, Winnipeg, and that's, we want to kind of talk through some of these numbers right now, through some of these stats. And right now, part of the challenge, especially with Winnipeg, they have a long way to go. Much like Toronto, they are 10 points, 11 points out of a playoff spot. They have a long way to go. I don't think they have a chance. I mean, they have a mathematical chance, but it's so small. And I don't know if they have enough to get in there. You said, let's go. Okay, I watched Collingwood Blues. The biggest 2 Canadian teams, Montreal and Toronto. It's not the same as in the past. Yeah, and listen, we absolutely love Kevin. That's because he's been removed. You know, listen, I have no problem with people sharing their opinions. I actually ask you to bring it on. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your contributions. I want to have open discussions and debates. But when you just keep bringing politics into something where politics has no business, this is not the right channel for you. All right. So what I wanted to talk about here, Hamilton would be a great team, a great place for a team, a little close to Toronto and Buffalo. Hey, Mario, how's it going? A little close, but listen, I think they could support it for sure. All right, we wanted to talk about the playoff situation. We wanted to talk about where things sit. And from a Canadian perspective, you know, really, if the playoffs ended today in the Eastern Conference, Montreal would be in there, and that's it. That's it. When we talk about from the West, if the playoffs ended today, Edmonton would be in there. So when we talked about the numbers, as Rick put in the chat, and, you know, of all the 16 positions breaking down, you're going to have 2 Canadian teams. 2 Canadian teams, that is it. So Edmonton, again, if the playoffs ended right now today, Edmonton would end up taking on so Edmonton would end up playing Seattle, I believe, in that first round. And, you know, they should win that and move on. Montreal would play Detroit, and that would be an interesting series. That would be a phenomenal series. And I'll be honest with you, as good as Montreal has been, Detroit is right there with them every step of the way, both tied with 72 points. So that isn't a gimme series for Montreal. So let's just play that out, right? If Montreal doesn't get past Detroit and Edmonton moves on, now you only have 1 Canadian team who has 3 more rounds to go to get to the Stanley Cup final. So that's how the numbers work out when you have an imbalance of Canadian and American teams. Toronto does have a long way, and Ottawa is right there with Toronto. Both of them need 10 points to get into that last wild card spot. It is a very, very, very difficult climb for those 2 Canadian teams to get in there. One of them may, but Boston or Buffalo is going to have to start losing, and losing a lot. On the West side, Calgary and Winnipeg and Vancouver, I don't think they have a chance. LA is right there. So is Nashville and San Jose. I don't think there's enough wiggle room for Winnipeg, Calgary, and Vancouver to make a run with 25 some odd games going. So I think we're going to have, Edmonton and Montreal are going to be our representations, and maybe a Toronto or Ottawa gets in there, but a very big maybe. No, Ben, I can't do the Blue Jays during the week right now because all the Blue Jays games are at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and I do have a day job. So I can't do them during the week because I have to work. I will be watching, though. I'll have it on. We will have Blue Jays this weekend coming up again for sure. We'll be doing a couple Blue Jay games and hockey, of course. So there'll be lots on tap for this weekend. All right, let me scroll back because I know there's so many comments coming in. I definitely want to see your opinions. Panthers going fishing. Yeah, I don't think Panthers are going to get there this year. I know they're getting all their injured players back, but unless they get super hot and go on like a streak of 15 wins in a row, I don't think they're going to squeak in. CFL belongs as a merge with the NFL. So, Andrew, interesting concept. The Canadian game and the NFL game are so different. I think the way the teams are designed, I don't think you could simply just merge them in that way. I would love to see how some of them stack up and play against each other. But the Canadian game, they're a little smaller and a little faster. And it's just a bigger field. So it's such a different game. Combining them would be interesting as an exhibition game, but I don't think you could play a series like that. Edmonton is the only chance Canada has to get the cup again. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot to ask to do it 3 times in a row. And to get there and lose, it is tough, right? It is tough. CFL needs to be known among the NFL. Would be interesting. It certainly would be. Do you think Nunavut could produce a good hockey team? Lizard, I think it's great. Listen, there's a lot of great hockey players that come from Nunavut. They don't necessarily make it to the NHL, but there's a lot of talent up there, and we know there's a lot of hockey fans up there. I think the problem is when you get that north, weather becomes a significant problem. Flying in and flying out, and we understand with schedules and whatnot, but traveling could become an issue. And I think it's the same with Saskatchewan, right? Winters over there can get really nasty. And well, listen, we know Alberta gets some bad winters too, but yeah, you got to make sure that the weather is travel friendly, so to speak. Hey, Soup King, what's going on? Go Jays. Go Jays. Raptors doing better in their game. Yeah, Raptors are doing all right. I'm glad San Jose and Chicago and Detroit are getting better. Yeah, San Jose is so much fun. Watch out for them. Next year, San Jose, I think, is going to be one of the teams to beat. They had a great first year, a lot of rookies. They're going to improve. Second year, they're only going to get better. Watch out for those San Jose Sharks, for sure. Who do you think is the next out of town, Benoit or Waugh? So great question. I would almost put Dakota Joshua in that conversation as well. I think Waugh and Joshua, not so much Benoit. I think Waugh and Joshua are 2 guys that are being asked for. Both are big bodies, good grind line, 3rd or 4th line guys, good depth players that any team could use. So one of those 2 guys wouldn't surprise me as well. I feel so bad for McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't feel bad for Draisaitl. I do feel bad for McDavid, though. Draisaitl just signed the most ridiculous contract. Well, not just. I guess it was previously. But for what he's getting paid, yeah, he's willing to take the loss for a long time. Would be nice if Victoria got their team back. Yeah, I would love to see Quebec get a team back for sure. Imagine if Toronto and Edmonton pulls off huge blockbuster, McMahon and Stoley going to the Cup for win. That would be wild, Travis. That would be absolutely wild. I'm very curious because they were very interested in McMahon. So I'm very curious what a deal would look like and what would be coming back the Toronto way. No, I didn't, Jonathan. I was so busy at work today And I think a lot of you know, I talked about it over the weekend. We had a flood in our basement. So I've been dealing with the contractors and whatnot for that. And I came up late and I forgot about the game and I went to put it on and I actually couldn't find it. So I must have just been too late and missed the game. How long can Leaf fans pay $1 gazillion for a crap seat to watch the team play? So, you know, it's funny, Jose. Going to games is fun, even though they're not winning right now. Going to the games is still fun, and it is still a good experience. Now, the Scotiabank Arena is under some mega renovations, so if you're sitting in the upper level, it's kind of a mess right now. But it is a good time. It is a good time, and unfortunately, as ticket prices go up, they never come down. So I think they will have to do something. They're not going to stand to lose much this. Eventually, I mean, fans are never going to stop going, right? But eventually the boos are just going to get louder and louder, and it will become embarrassing for them. Vancouver would be good for a baseball team. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. They could support that for sure. A good winning streak would help right now. Good winning. So it's funny, Larry, a good winning streak right now would cause a lot of confusion, because all of a sudden you go on a good winning streak and you're like, oh, we have a chance. We have a chance. We could get in here. And then they might not pull the trigger on some deals, and it gets all confusing if you're buyers or sellers or whatnot. That's right. Baltimore had a CFL team. CFL went for, I think, 2 seasons into the States before they canceled that. Victoria Cougars, Victoria, BC. They used to have an NHL team that won a cup but then sold to Prince George. According to Kipros, the Oilers were prepared to send Andrew Mangiapane to Toronto for Michelli. But the feeling is that the Leafs, yeah, I wouldn't be interested. I wouldn't be interested in that. Listen, I like Andrew Mangiapane a lot. He was a very good goal scorer. He has cooled off a ton. He's become a bit of a journeyman who just hasn't really been producing what he used to. I think Michelli has more upside than Mangiapane at this point. So yeah, I would not be interested in making that deal unless it was part of something larger. Right? If it was Mangiapane and a pick for Michelli and something else and some whatever it is, part of a bigger deal, but one for one, nah, not interested. No Lee's hat, and I'll never buy one. NHL's pricing, yeah, it is in Canada. The pricing is getting crazy, but you know what I would say, and again, I forget. I know you've put in the chat before what area you're from, but I forget. If you're around where there's an OHL team, or if you're near, in Toronto or surrounding areas, go to the Marlies. Marlies games are so much fun. They're affordable. The food is not affordable. The food is ridiculously priced. The ticket prices are affordable, and every seat in that building is a good seat. Yeah, we had a great time going to the Marlies games. It ended in a tie. Okay, Jonathan. So I must have missed the end of it. I must have missed it. I was too late. I'll have to go. I'm going to watch the highlights a little bit later. It's like at a Leaf game for an adult beverage. I think it's like $15 now. It's something crazy. I can see Lawton being traded to a contender. I'm sure there's people asking about Lawton for sure. I think he would be a good one to move. Mitch must be laughing this year about Toronto. I hope non-hockey fans that the Roos jersey on the ice are happy. Yeah, listen, Mitch, I'm sure Mitch is being Mitch. Listen, he wanted out of Toronto. He got out of Toronto. So good for him. Good for him. We wish him the best. Based on historical winners of the 45-61 unique MVPs are Canadian, making Canadians by far the most frequent. Oh, interesting, Rick. 45 of the last 61 are MVP winners are Canadian. That's awesome. What do you think of the Wild goalie? You know what? I'd have to go and take a look. I'm not familiar off the top of my head. Slip and slide. What's going on? Sorry, bro. But playing the Bolts is going to be bad for just about anybody. Yeah, my goodness. They are a serious team. Slip and slide. They are absolutely a wild team. They're playing so good. They're so good. Okay, honestly, I was a bit happy for Matthews to win gold, especially as captain. Yeah, listen. Was I disappointed we didn't win? Of course. Was I happy that he got a medal? Yeah, for sure. But my favorite thing about the Olympics, and I haven't really talked too much against it because people take it way too far. the amount of comments on social media about how the U.S. dominated Canada and they owned Canada and blah, 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 blah. You know, Canada outshot them in a big way. Canada outplayed them in a big way. Jack Hughes even said so in his post-game interview. Connor Hellebuck was the difference. And we see that in playoff games all the time. You get a hot goaltender, can steal games. And Connor Hellebuck was a hot goaltender and stole that game. He was absolutely electric. And I don't take anything away from him. In a one-game winner takes all, you get a hot goalie, he can absolutely do it. So it is politics, Sam. Steve, I don't let it bother me. I just think it's very, very, very funny. Hey, you won it twice against the US. Broken stick. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying how people acted was hysterical. All right, let's go. Period number 3. Let's pick this one up. Let's see if Toronto's going to find their way back in here. Can they get back in this hockey game? Let's go. Please beat the Panthers tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. That's for sure. 56 shot attempts for Tampa Bay. 23 shot attempts for Toronto. Here's 24. That one rolls right in. But the actual shots on goal are a lot closer. 24-22. Tampa with the 24. Vasilevsky playing a good game of hockey right now. This coming around beside Gordon trying to get this one up and out. It's going to come down the ice. Toronto stealing, putting it back in the neutral zone. Lightning bringing it right back in. I'm going to get a little bit of a drinky here as the Lightning Holmberg setting it around behind the net. Tampa working this around. Radish again back with a shot by Hagel. That one gets blocked. Tavares going to play this to the boards. Tries to clear. Hits Hagel in the back. Tavares spinning around. He's going to now play this back in the Leafs. Going to pass it up. Here comes Nylander. Willie trying to move it out. Leafs into the zone. That one's onside. Tavares back down for Nylander. And it's taken away. Radish going to go off the boards. Tavares keeping this one in. Bounce pass. Over Nylander back to Tavares. Tavares. I'm going to put the cap back on my water here as they still go. Down low. Tavares loses a handle. Michelli along the boards trying to cut this one off. Michelli has it. Plays it back to Ekman Larson. Eki down low to Tavares. Too far at his reach. McCabe pinches up. Gets it to Tavares. Back to McCabe. That misses. Ekman Larson trying to keep it in, and Tampa going to get it out. Lightning bringing it right back, going to slide this one through. It's knocked down by Nylander. Shot right on. Nice save. Centering pass. The Maple Leafs can intercept. Here they come again. End-to-end action for the first 2 minutes of this third period, and all I want to do is take a drink of water. Back in the zone, trying to bring this one across. At least it's an interesting night. It's a fun night. That is for sure. Let's go. Tampa going to clear this one out. Lightning going to back it all up. Let's go. Leafs look like the same old Leafs. Scott, they do. No, that's okay, Broken Stick. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you for the kind words. Leafs trying to set it up. They can't get anything going. The Lightning going to throw this all the way across. DeGonclave scored one of the goals here over to point with a shot. That's going to go just wide. Robertson over the boards. Nick Robertson throwing a big hit. All of his 180 pounds. Tampa still here with the puck. Going to play this across. Centered over for a one-timer, and they score. Kucherov. 3-goal lead now for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, what a shot by Cooch. The Cooch. 9th career 30-goal season. He continues to add. He scored earlier, but it was called off. This one, no mistake. Just comes over, and Stolarz comes flying across with the leg and the glove and just couldn't get there in time. Cooch was wide open. 2-1 Buffalo now. Thank you, Joshua. I meant to go around and look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Oh, my goodness. 3 minutes gone, and Tampa Bay extends their lead 3-0. Riley getting this one up to Lawton. 30th of the year for Nikita Kucherov. Conclaves in point, picking up the apples on that one. Picking up the helpers. Here's a shot right on. Vasilevsky gobbling it up. Going to hang on to it. Unreal. All right, we'll take a moment while they take a moment. We'll take a moment and look at the out-of-town scoreboard. 2-1 Buffalo over the Devils. Thompson, Peyton Krebs, and Timo Meier. Your goal scorers there. 4-0 Stars over the Kraken. Wow. Wyatt Johnston with 2. Matt Shane and Sam Steele, your goal scorers. 2 for Wyatt Johnson. I got him in my pool, so I'm happy with that one. And the Capitals beat the Flyers 3-1. Noah Cates, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and Protas, the other goal scorers in that game. So not good news for Toronto. I was talking to a guy today who told me he put $50K on the Leafs to win. Wow, Joshua. That's crazy. Back to Matthews behind the net. Matthews tried to center it in front. Couldn't get it over to Nyes. Back over to Matthews. So we got Nyes on this top line. Comes to Domi. Domi playing it back to Riley. Riley looking, takes the shot. Domi wanted it over on the far side. Riley didn't spot him. Nyes going in to help out Domi. Comes to Nyes. Nyes walking away. Tries to feed it to Ekman Larson. That doesn't work. Ekman Larson off the boards around. Domi lets it go over to Matthews. Matthews trying to get it back to Domi. Puck is rolling. Now Domi gets it. Centers in front for Riley. It hops over his stick. And this is going to come out. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's going to be in, but on the offside. 15:40 to go here in period number 3. Tampa Bay working it right now. 3-0. Yikes. The weird thing, though, is the Leafs look like the Leafs of old, right? No changes to their strategy. You would have thought that over the Olympic break, they would have had a chance to fine-tune some of their defensive strategy, some of their breakout plays, and right now, they're making the same mistakes they've always made. Tavares going to keep this one in. Nylander going in the corner. Tavares is battling in here, too. Tavares and Nylander working on it. Radish and Moser pushing on it. Hagel and Michelli coming over. Bjorkstrand and Gensel waiting for it to come free. It comes right to Gensel. He's going to stop up behind the net, playing this up and down the ice. Benoit knocking it down. Tavares had to wait for the Leafs to come on side, trying to play it across for Nylander. Little stick lift. That one doesn't work. In Tampa, going to pick it up along the sideboards. Now they're going to center it to the middle of the ice. Quick outlet pass. They're going to knock it down. Now the question is, following tonight's game, are the Maple Leafs going to jump on a short plane ride to Fort Lauderdale or to Sunrise, or are they going to take a bus? Hagel going to center this one across. There's a trip. The arm goes up, and the Maple Leafs are going to go to the box. Accidental, but it doesn't matter. And Austin Matthews going to go to the sin bin for this one. You know when Morgan Riley is back. The end of the season, Leafs will fire Berube and get Boudreau. You think they'll bring in Boudreau? Actually, I have some old cards of the Cowboys. And it's Troy Aikman. Nice. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. So Matthews in the box for the trip. Custard says, sell, sell, sell. Sell, sell, sell. Trade Matthew to the Bolts. So off the draw. This coming around to the corner. Leafs, can they get it out of their own zone? They do, with a little help from Tampa Bay. Lightning going to set it up at their own blue line. Look to move forward. Ordered a Bobby McMahon Young Guns card. Nice. Good pickup. Bobby is going to be a very good player. Tampa cheating. Tiger, yeah, not playing well. It was a good first period. It's been all downhill since. It's been all downhill since. Leafs need to step it up. Hey, Pats, what's going on? So face-off coming up in the Maple Leaf zone. Point in to take it. Matthews in the box. A little bit of a scramble draw. Leafs win it back, but Tampa going to jump on this loose puck first. Kucherov back to the point for Radish. to Kucherov. Centering in the slot with a shot. Stolar is looking behind him. The shot was blocked, and the Maple Leafs going to pick it up. They're going to bring this one down the ice and send it all the way down. Vasilevsky, who's had a heck of a game today. Vasilevsky has looked great at times. Leafs have had some big chances. They just haven't been able to beat him. This over the line comes Kucherov. He's going to feed this one ahead to Point. Point going into the boards against McCabe. Toronto comes away with it, setting it around the boards and all the way down. I heard it right when the reports came out, the Oilers were interested in him. They're going to work this up. It's Kucherov again. He's going to turn back. Here they come. Hagel into the zone. Hagel going to stop on the near side, centering it for Kuch. It's chipped back over to Point. Point. He's going to curl around, getting it over to Radish. Radish to Kucherov, trying to go down low. And a big hit there. Leafs can't clear, though. Good puck moving here by Tampa Bay. What crisp passing. Over to Radish, to Kucherov. One-timer. High, missing on the far side. Radish going to keep this one in. 20 seconds to go on the power play. To Kucherov. Going back in front. Oh, what a save. Stolarz was going out with the right and somehow came back with the left. What legs this man has. Hagel to Radish. Kucherov centered across with a shot. And Stolarz another big save, and they're digging at it. Good save here by the big man, Anthony Stolarz. Wow. He's busy right now. He is moving all over the place. So just coming across that left pad save. Unbelievable. The pass again. He comes across with the right, with the gloves up high, knocking it down, squeezing the legs. And then Hagel comes in digging for it. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Toronto trying to kill off another one. They're fighting for this one. Fighting big time. Even if the Raps lose, I prefer to watch basketball at this point. My heart can't take the Leafs. I've always collected baseball and hockey cards. Never got into the others. Yeah, I want to pick up some baseball cards. The hobby boxes are so expensive for baseball. I was debating, do I maybe pick up a hanger box or so? Maybe I'll go pick up in this year. So you used to get one jersey card and one auto card. This year you get one or the other. And I know with my luck, I'd get a crappy jersey card. I don't mind getting a crappy autograph card. I'd rather have that than a crappy jersey card. You could buy, they have the jumbo boxes, but they're like double the price. So it's so tough. 24 games to go. Have to go 24. You got to go a lot, Andrew. Got to win a lot. So we'll see. I was debating going to pick up a hanger box. Maybe I'll go buy one hobby box just for fun and see what we get. But I'll save that till a little bit closer to baseball. Plus, we have coming up in the next week or so, Series 2, NHL Upper Deck Series 2 comes out. We have a couple boxes of that on order, so we'll definitely have a live break of Upper Deck Series 2 coming out. So stay tuned for that when we do get it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do one box live. Maybe we'll do them both live. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll definitely have some more hockey card giveaways coming up for sure. And if we do some baseball, maybe we'll give those away as well. Kaz Homer, yeah, the other day gumdrop. It was like 400 and something feet center field. He smacked it real good. Nice to see too, because I know the first couple games I watched. Well, he only played in one of them. He wasn't overly impressive with a couple lineouts, so nice to see him with a big home run for sure. 25 games in 50 days. It's a lot of hockey. That's a lot of hockey, and now's not the time when you're playing 25 and 50. Those injuries start to add up. So this is where the staff needs to really be tending to everybody very cautiously and ensure that people are being taken care of, because it can get crazy. Box, I didn't even watch it. Did it already take place? I didn't watch it. I'm not a boxing guy. All right, here we go. Back from commercial break, picking it up again. Welcome in if you are joining us. Even though the Leafs are down 3-0, hopefully you're enjoying today's coverage. So hit that thumbs up button and make sure you hit that subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for the Leafs and the Panthers. Maybe that one will be a little more in stride. Here comes Tampa Bay right back into the Leaf zone. Shots are now 30-24. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Can the Leafs get one, let alone three? Can they get on the board? I'm going to watch the Blue Jays tomorrow. Nice, Jonathan. Yeah, I'll have it on in the background while I'm working. Thoughts on the Sabres to make the playoffs? Woke, I think they are in the money right now. Sabres are definitely in the money, have a great chance of making the playoffs. Buffalo and Detroit were two of the three teams on my most improved list at the beginning of the season, so I'm happy to see them both actually coming through. I've had Buffalo on my most improved list, I think, 2 seasons in a row now. So it's nice that they're finally coming through. And I'm really happy for Tage Thompson. He deserves it very much. Hey there, Lucas. You know, it's not, hang on a second. Is that hot chocolate I smell? Oh, sorry. It smells like hot chocolate. Wait, for real, do we have hot chocolate? Can I have a hot chocolate? Please? This is going to be flipped up, coming out. So, yeah, I'm happy for them for sure. Toronto, not that they're playing horrible right now, but a couple defensive and issues have led to a couple Tampa Bay goals. The Lightning are up 3-0, 11 minutes to go. I don't know, whatever's better. Milk, please. Sorry, the smell of chocolate just came in the air, and I'm like, this is hot chocolate. I need some hot chocolate. I'm just glad it's not burnt toast. Hey, Zorro, what's going on? Welcome in. Martin, what's going on? Yes, Leafs need one. Leafs need one right now. Big time. Back to Matthews. Matthews bringing this one all the way back. Toronto setting it up. Matthews is going to go change. A very sloppy change here from the Leafs. Here they come up. A little saucer pass, but it's offside. 10.5 to go. Just discovered your channel. I have the NHL package. I absolutely love your coverage. Your commentary is much more entertaining. Woke's joke, thank you so much for the kind words, and thanks for, I'm glad you found us, and thanks for being here with us. We love our game of hockey. We love sports, right? Whether it's hockey, baseball, we love our sports, and I'm glad that we can all share our opinions and feelings together in a fun, friendly way that's entertaining for all. Tampa Bay going to bring this one off. Hagel coming right out in front with a shot. And a nice stop. We got another penalty. The arm goes up. The arm goes up. And the Maple Leafs are going to find themselves short again. So Benoit came in, got the stick in on the hands. It's funny. You know, this is a call in the National Hockey League that is called 99% of the time. Stick in on the hands. And as an NHL player, I understand you're not intending to go in and hook the hands, but you got to be more careful. You know this is going to be called every single time. I just saw a Babe Ruth card here in Sweden for 800. That's crazy. I heard Matthew say he is great. Jose, he is a great player. He's no doubt a great player. He obviously has some injury issues. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Here's Point. Going to bring this one up into the zone. Putting it across. Bouncing it back to Radish. Radish to Gensel. Keeping cycling. Here's a shot right on. Nice stop here by Anthony Stolarz. Leafs going to put it off the boards. Trying to get it out. And they do. Wow, this Tampa Bay power play has been absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Good, phenomenal puck movement. Digging around, and Toronto going to get this one out and down the ice. They are such crisp passers. It is crazy. Toronto misses the playoffs this year. I'm cheering for the Kraken and my hometown boy. There you go. It'll be interesting to see. I think there's going to be a lot of teams who we're used to seeing in the postseason not getting there this year. Kucherov sending this back to Radish. Played hockey since age 4. Grew up in Buffalo. Spent time over the border in Canada. Love my brother from the north. Your style is much better than ours, in my opinion. Thank you, Woke is joke. I haven't had a chance myself to play across the border, but like you, played from a very early age. Here comes Kucherov again, side of the net, setting it up. But it is a very different style of game for sure. Kucherov putting it across. And I will say, in the U.S., from a younger age, you do introduce contact at a younger age, where in Canada, it's held off a little bit more for the older ages and the higher levels. Little pass across, and Stolarz gonna nab that and hang on to it. Hey, KK, how's it going? Haven't watched the game. How are the Leafs playing? Score suggests poorly. Yeah, so it's not that they've played poorly. They've actually played okay. A lot of giveaways. Defensively, it's been a struggle. They just can't hang with Tampa Bay. The Lightning has been all over them. It was a good first period. But since then, the wheels have kind of fallen off. And remember, Tampa Bay has had 2 goals called back for offsides. So when you think about that, it's really 5-0. Big battle at the side. Here's a shot. Stolarz going to make that. They kill off another one. So the Leafs penalty kill is a bright spot today, if you have to find a bright spot. Like to put this game under protest, as all the Tampa goals were scored while players were offside, right? So the penalty kill is doing all right. They're going to take a commercial break. Leafs going to get some fresh air. They need it. 8 minutes to go in this hockey game. Wow. In the first period, shots were 8-4, right? Very tight game. The second period, shots were 14 for Toronto, 20 for Tampa Bay. Things really opened up in that second period. Here in the third period, it's been 10 shots for Tampa Bay, only 2 for Toronto. So total shots, 34-24, where Tampa Bay has it. Now, the Leafs have climbed back in the faceoff circle at 52.1%. So they've climbed back in the lead there. But it's really a difference of 2 faceoffs being won. Leafs are leading in hits, 18-15. They're leading in block shots, 15-8. But they're also leading in giveaways, 14-9. So that is certainly a problem. Maple Leafs have taken 4 penalties today. Tampa Bay has only taken 1. I like the Leafs, but hate Austin. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Listen, Matthews isn't for everybody. Yeah, Russ, I'm with you there. Morgan Riley is another game that he is struggling with here tonight. So, Jose, I would love to say yes. I still believe I'm still as confident as I once was, but that confidence is swaying very, very quickly. I honestly, I thought this team would have refocused. I thought after the break, they would have come back ready to go with some different strategies. And all I'm seeing here today is the same old nonsense. Twice, passes have come up, splitting the defense letting guys sneak through and get behind them and letting the pass get there. Just some bad defensive zone coverage. Bad passing, bad breakouts. It's the same things we've been talking about for 50 games. So gotta get that organized, right? But I'm still hopeful. An icing call on Toronto. They're going to bring this one back and drop it again. Florida deserves more cups, right? When you think about it, what was it? Two cups to the Lightning. They went to the finals for the 3rd time and then lost. What was it? Vegas one in between, and then 2 more cups for the Florida Panthers. Crazy. Panthers are not going to go. They're not going to go to the finals here this year. But you never know. Stranger things can happen, right? Keep it in Florida. Toronto going back. Matthews turning, taking a shot. Vasilevsky going to make that save. Nobody there to get the rebound. Matthew Nye's fighting for it. This is going to bump around. Riley racing back. And I think part of the problem here is we have depth players, but not depth scoring players. We have depth guys that can bang and crash. Like when you talk about Dakota Joshua and Nick Waugh, Scott Lawton can score, but he's more of a grinder. We got a lot of grinders. We don't have a lot of depth scoring, and that's a problem, right? Matthews is playing on a top line with two guys who, now Bobby McMahon is scoring some goals, but he's still developing. You know, Domi is not scoring goals. Tavares has been cold. Nylander, while he's still up there in points, you know, is, you know, we need to get more from him right now. 7.5 to go. Tampa going to take this puck away. We have Riley for 4 more years. That's right. Unless we can get rid of him. Here's a long shot going to be kicked aside. Back to pick it up is Nylander. Nylander, cross ice pass, going to bump it to the middle. Here comes Toronto. Toronto on the move. Over to Michelli. Michelli loses the handle, picks it back up. Michelli coming across. Over to Stetcher. Stetcher, wrist shot, looking for a deflection in front. And that one doesn't connect. Well, how am I going to... There we go. Let's see. That's it?
Yeah, that's what it made.
Can we put, like, some more? That's so... I got my hot chocolate, but, like, that's all it made. It's like half the cup. That's okay. Where did it... It came out of the pod? Oh, can we just pour a little extra milk in here? Yeah, or like heat it. I don't know, but that's like nothing. That's like 2 sips. Thank you. Oh, those packages make like nothing. All right, Tampa Bay. Sorry. I was so excited for my hot chocolate. This coming all the way down, scooped up. Maybe do like another froth load. Nylander also missed a lot of games this year. He did. He did miss a lot of games for sure. That is true story. And so I got to give credit. You know, Nylander, I think he's still leading the team in points. He is. So Nylander's leading the team in points, 52 points in 40 games. So that's okay. You know, that's good. But we got to get him going. We got to get him firing. Matthews, 48 points in 51 games. Have to get him ahead of that goal per game pace. Robertson spinning away. Nicky Robertson going to flip this one down. Going to play it up. Tampa Bay through the neutral zone. Here they come again. Into the zone. Playing this one around. Lightning bumping it up in front. Down Stars making a save. Rebound is there trying to come through. They're going to play this all the way around. Going D to D. Here's a long shot by Moser. That one sails wide. Domi trying to chip this one up. And it's going to come all the way down. No icing call. Going to wave it off. Under 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go here where Tampa Bay has the lead. Leafs just trying to get on the board. Nice is digging. Thank you so much to the new folks that hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And welcome to our channel. If you're not already subbed up, make sure you hit that subscribe and turn on that notification bell because we'll be live tomorrow for the Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers. That game is going to be a little bit more even Steven, I think, as those two teams certainly are on more of a better collision course in the standings. But certainly you can't count out those Florida Panthers as they're starting to get some injured players back, which is a big deal. So I think Jones is just about ready to come back. I believe Kulikov is ready to come back. Barkov has been skating. So there's a lot of guys ready to go. And it's funny, Paul Maurice was said in an interview that it's like you have a bunch of guys that are starving, a bunch of guys looking for food, and you throw a 5-day-old piece of pizza in the middle and everybody pounces on it. That's what some of these injured guys coming back are like. That they're like a Salisbury steak being thrown to the wolves where everybody is jumping in there. So the Panthers are very happy to be getting some of these guys back, and we'll have to see what they're going to look like tomorrow. But the Leafs are going to have to find a way past it. Skandervis, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting game. But again, you're facing Vasilevsky tonight. One can only assume it's going to be Bobrovsky tomorrow. You're facing two very good tenders. And the Leafs need to show up because if they go in and, get blown out today and they go in and get blown out again tomorrow, man, the confidence of this team is just going to go to the dumps. So they need to figure out a way of getting that confidence back up, right? They got to build things back up to a level where they can compete, because right now in this game, their competing does not look good. Tanev is a huge loss for us. And I mean, we went through some serious issues with all of our defense throughout the beginning half of this game. So it definitely need to get back up and play well. So it's an empty net. Toronto is pulling their goaltender here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Stolarz is sitting on the bench right next to Morgan Riley. 3-0 face-off in the Tampa zone. Maple Leafs trying to pull out a stop here. Tavares is 5 for 10 in the face-offs today. Point is 10 for 18. So let's see. Thank you so much. There we go. Now we got a good cup of hot chocolat. Down in the corner, Toronto has it here. Tampa Bay coming around. Toronto with the extra man. They gotta keep the pressure, and Tampa Bay going to send it all the way down the ice. So that's going to be an icing call. Jokers, thank you so much for lighting the blue lamp and hitting that subscribe. Cheers to you and to everybody else. There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's the good stuff. Little hot I haven't had hot chocolate in a long time. Back to the line. Here's Ekman Larson. Eki over to Nylander. Willie going to play this to Domi. Domi in the middle. Can't pull the trigger. Here's a shot from the point. It deflected. It's just wide. Toronto still with it along the boards. Tampa doing a good job. We got a penalty. Holding is the call. Who's going to the box? So number 27, Ryan McDonough, going to go to the box for holding. So for Toronto, it's going to be a 6-on-4 situation right now. 6-on-4 situation. Man, I tell you, if I wasn't streaming right now, there'd be some whipped cream on top, maybe some marshmallows in there. All right, Leafs on the power play, their second power play of the night. Let's see. A lot of ice out here. 6-on-4 situation. Knies, Domi, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, Ekman, Larson. The 6 for the blue and white. I guess I should specify they're both blue and white. So Toronto's going to win the draw. Look out, Ekman Larson bobbles it, and he brings it offside. Ekman Larson, come on. Just go for it, Sam. You take the drink, you get the whipped cream all over your nose. And now because the face-off came out of the zone, Stolarz has to come back in. No, there's no cheating. There's no cheating going on. There's no cheating. Leafs going to bring this one back into the Tampa zone. They're going to set it up. Stolarz back to the bench. 6-on-5. Tampa going to hammer this around the boards. Domi traps it. Can't hold it. And Tampa's going to knock it out. Ekman Larson going to back this one up. So the Raptors lose 110-107. Close game. Here comes Matthews. Bringing it up over the line. Giving it to Tavares. Tavares dropping it back. Nylander across. And they fan on the shot. Matthew Knies had it. And he fanned on it. And Tampa's going to get this one out and down the ice. Oh, my goodness. What a chance. Tampa Avs final ride. That would be something. Here comes Nylander again. Up over the line. Nylander going to dodge his way in. Putting it around the boards over to Tavares. Tavares back down in the corner. Nylander getting cut off. Hedman is digging here. Domi is there. 6-on-4 into Toronto. Had a great chance, but they can't get anything else going. And here comes Hagel. Shorthanded. It's a 3-on-1. Tampa Bay. Gensel hits the goalpost. A 3-on-1 and Gensel hits the goalpost. No goalie. Here comes Knies. He's going to pass this one in. Toronto setting it up to Tavares. He scores! My goodness gracious. Johnny Tavares gets the goal. Jake Guentzel should have made it 4-0. A 3-on-1 with no goaltender and an empty net, and he hits the goalpost. My goodness. So Toronto gets one back. Anthony, thank you for hitting that subscribe. Welcome in. So a good job, but Jake Guentzel with an empty net hits the goalpost square on. Nyes bringing it back. Tavares, the trailer, gets the puck and just beats Vasilevsky clean on the blocker side. No screen, just a nice shot by Tavares. There we go. Now let's get it going. Down by 2, and we got 40 seconds, 3:40 to go. Lot of time. Where have you been, JT? Where have you been? So Guentzel hits the goalpost at one side. They go down and score. 21st of the year for John Tavares. Nylander and Nyes getting the assist. And Kucherov buries it right away. No, was it Point that got it? Tampa Bay, doesn't matter. The Lightning light the lamp. So just as Toronto gets one, it is Braden Point. He gets it right back. Like, come on. They're going to dump it in. Stolarz stops it from behind the net. He plays it behind him. The Leafs can't get the pass. Kucherov in the slot to Point, and he buries it. No chance for Stolarz. Unbelievable. Another defensive blunder by Toronto. Michael, thank you for that follow. Another defensive blunder. Come on, the defensive end problems are a big problem for Toronto right now. Kucherov and Gonclaves picking up the assists. Matthews going to flip this one in. Back down in the corner. Stolarz going to go to the bench. Toronto, Tavares with it. Tavares playing it to the corner. Nyes knocking it down. Tampa's going to take this one away again. Tavares steals it. Puck is bouncing. Nyes diving. Toronto's going to play it back in their own end. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Unbelievable. 4-1 Tampa Bay. Leafs going to drop this one back. Nylander passing it up to Nyes. Nyes into the zone. Scores! Matthew Nyes! So Matthew Nyes just throws it towards the goal, and that's a seeing eye shot. It finds its way in. All of a sudden, it's 4-2. 2:47 to go. So he was actually looking for, I thought he was going cross ice, and so did Vasilevsky. And Nyes just throws this one towards the goal. It hops over the stick between the legs, and Matthew Nyes puts it home. 4-2. Okay, here we go. Timeout by Toronto. Three goals in 54 seconds. So 3 goals in less than a minute. Anonymous, they're struggling. But here we go, 4-2. 2:47 to go. At this pace with 2:47, we could get another 6 goals at the pace they're scoring right now. Unbelievable. So Toronto picking up 2. Tavares from Nylander and Nyes. Then it was Point from Kucherov and Gonclaves, and then Matthew Nyes gets his 15th of the year. That was a big goal. That gives a little bit of life, right? A little bit of life. That's right. Point opened up the scoring in the second period. Gonclaves followed, then Kucherov, then Tavares, then Point for his second, and then Nyes. So Tampa's going to win the face-off. Leafs going to put it in the zone, but it's offside, so they get it back up. They're giving assists to Nylander and Matthews. Leafs going to steal this one away. They get it out of their own zone. The Lightning going to play it back. 2.5 minutes to go. Tampa dumping it in. Matthews over to pick it up, playing it around behind. Guys, got to button up defensively. This is ugly right now. Just throwing the puck around. Finally, they get it out. Ekman-Larsson going to bring it in. He's going to play this up to Tavares. Empty net by Toronto. Shot by Ekman-Larsson. His stick explodes. Going to play this in the corner. Ekman-Larsson needs a new stick. Nylander to Tavares. Over to Nyes. Trying to center it. and Kucherov intercepts. He's going to play this one back. Morgan Rielly backing up. 2 minutes to go. Puck comes to Matthews. Matthews cutting through the middle of the ice. Matthews over the line. Matthews trying to give it to Nyes. Can't do it. At the line, Rielly keeps it in, puts this one deep. Domi trying to knock it down. He can't. And Tampa sends this all the way. That's going to be an icing call on the Tampa Bay Lightning. 1:42 to go. A lot of tired folks right now. This top line, the top squad of the Maple Leafs, been playing the last couple of minutes. So they're going to slowly make their way up for this faceoff. 1:42 to go. Technically, it's possible. 21 minutes of ice time for Austin Matthews tonight, an average shift time of about a minute. Scramble off the draw. Lightning coming away with it. Going to play it high off the glass. Knocked down by Ekman Larsson. Over to Domi. He misses it. Nyes playing it around. Come on, guys. And they get it out. Lightning get it out. Leafs having to wait to tag up. Ekman Larsson dumping it in. Leafs slow to clear the zone. Now they go in. Tampa Bay working it up to Kucherov. Kuch shooting for the open net. It's knocked down. 1:15 to go. Here comes Matthews again. Over the line. Going to pass this one over. Here's a sharp shot. And Vasilevsky going to make the nice save with 1:08 to go. Holy smokes. The hot chocolate is working. The hot chocolate is working. It is good hot chocolate. So Nylander, a nice shot, and it actually catches him up in the neck area. So dangerous, dangerous shot here. Right up in the neck area, but he's going to shake it off. 1:08 to go. Leafs down by 2. Come on, drop the puck. Leafs win the draw cleanly, bringing it back, middle of the ice. Over to Michelli, he shoots. Rebound, digging. It's loose. Michelli behind him, can't get it. Matthews knocking it down. He's going to play this deep in the zone. Bobby McMahon walking out of the corner, going around behind the net. He takes a bump. Toronto still with it. Last minute of play. Leafs, Rielly across. Centering it, Robertson. Back over. Look out. Rielly almost gave it away. Sends it cross ice. Michelli, cross ice. Can't handle it. Bobby McMahon has it pop over his stick. Robertson in the corner. Guys, towards the net. Nobody is shooting the puck. They're passing it around the perimeter. No one wants to go to the net. Finally, they center it. They can't get the shot off. 23 seconds to go. There's not going to be enough time. Maple Leafs forgot you have to shoot the puck at the net to score. Rielly going to bring this one up. This game is going to end. 10 seconds to go. Vasilevsky had it. Thought he was going to shoot for a goal. He did not. Leafs knock it down. The horn is going to go. This one is done. The Maple Leafs lose by a score of 4-2. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Vasilevsky pick up the win. Holy smokes. Made it close. Made it interesting. 36 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 33 for the Maple Leafs. Leafs take the faceoffs 54.8%. Leafs go 1 for 2 on the power play. Tampa Bay goes 0 for 4. So special teams numbers are actually pretty good. 50% on the power play and 0 for 4 with the penalty kill. Those are good numbers. Taking a look, 18 hits for Toronto, 17 hits for Tampa Bay, 17 block shots for Toronto. That's a good number. 11 for Tampa Bay. However, 15 giveaways for Toronto, 9 for Tampa. And the problem in Toronto's area tonight was the defensive zone coverage. Bad defensive zone coverage twice or 3 times. Pass splitting the defense, going in for a good chance. They got to tighten up defensively. Braden Point opened up the scoring, his 12th from Dastos and Holmberg. Gonclaves got the second, his 7th from Kucherov and Dastos, so a couple assists for him early. Kucherov in the third period gets his 30th from Gonclaves and Point. John Tavares on the power play from Nylander and Nyes. Then Point, his second of the game from Kucherov and Gonclaves. And then Matthew Nyes, his 15th from Nylander and Austin Matthews. All in all, when you take a look, 2 points for Nyes, 2 points for Nylander, a point for Matthews and Tavares. From a defensive end, no points from RD. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3 points for Point, 3 points for Kucherov, 3 points for Gonclaves, 1 point for Holmberg, and 2 points for Doustis. And that's why those top guys play the top minutes. Kucherov, a goal and 2 assists, +3, 23, almost 24 minutes of ice time tonight. Absolutely crazy. Leaf fans, this was a tough one, but hopefully tomorrow is going to be better. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock game time against the Florida Panthers. We'll be live just before 7. So I hope you have a great day at work, at school, or sitting on the couch, whatever you're doing. We will be here tomorrow night for the Leafs and the Florida Panthers, and I hope you will join us for that one. Mods, thank you so much. I know this one was an interesting start with all the chat glitches and whatnot from the YouTube updates, but thank you for sticking through it. We appreciate you. It was interesting, but it was a lot of fun. So thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you very much. James coming in with the super chat as well. James, sorry, I missed that one. James with the super chat as well, back on the membership squad. James, Big E, thank you so much for supporting us that way. We appreciate it. For all those of you that hit that like button or tuned in for your first time tonight, thank you so much for joining us. Noah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Car sputtering. Thank you, Gumdrop. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words. We appreciate it. Matthews, you guys are so funny. We'll carry on the conversation tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great sleep. And go Leafs go. We'll get it back. We got to start winning. We'll get it. We'll start winning. We'll get it going. Leafs lost. Raptors lost. If the Argos played, they would have lost too. But hey, the Blue Jays tied, so it wasn't a complete shutout. We'll see you all real soon. Again, thank you for what you do. Share us out. Tell your friends, tell your colleagues, tell your neighbors, tell your cousins, uncles, wives, roommates that this is a place to be to watch your sports. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. All the best from Sam, the Samwelb12 Experience. And please don't spam the chat because that's just not cool. Have a great night, and we'll see you all real soon. Take care, everybody. Good night, TikTok. We'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.